What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 2K. Chapter 31 More and More Pervert. Advertisement. Whoosh. Each kunai broke through the air and shot towards Zon Yan's back. The kunai wrapped around armament hockey, and combined with Itachi's skills, it was hard to guard against. However, Zon Yan didn't look back. He seemed to dodge all the kunai with a few random twists of his body. This was obviously the use of observation hockey. Uchiha Shisui took the opportunity to appear in front of Zon Yan. His arms had changed color, and they had obviously been hardened and entangled with weapons. His fists hit Zon Yan in the face. Snapped. Xuanyan raised his palm and blocked Shisui's fist. Itachi's figure appeared silently behind Zon Yan, raising his foot to kick Zon Yan. Shisui couldn't help but have a proud smile on his face. But before Shisui could react, Xuanyan grabbed Shisui's fist with his backhand and threw it towards Itachi, who quickly put his foot back. Bang. Wow. The two men collided. Boom. The sea began to surge. Oops. Water-style water-tooth bullet. Zon Yan said lightly, just like the ninjutsu Itachi used just now, a spiral water column appeared on the sea and stabbed Shisui and Itachi. Bang. Shisui and Itachi pushed each other hard, and the two quickly separated when the water fan bullet was about to attack, and landed on the sea again. Shisui and Itachi looked at each other. Go together. The two of them rushed towards Zon Yan and used haki to start close combat with Zon Yan. Everyone in the Nine Snakes couldn't help but open their mouths. They discovered that Zon Yan, Shisui and Itachi were not only powerful in ninjutsu, but also top-notch in physical skills. Advertisement. Every move used by the three people was very subtle, and they could clearly see that Zon Yan was more powerful, suppressing Shisui and Itachi alone. Suddenly, snap, a pair of hands suddenly appeared on the sea surface at Zon Yan's feet, grabbing Zon Yan's ankles tightly. We won. Shisui shouted excitedly and quickly launched an attack on Zon Yan. Don't come near. Itachi's expression changed drastically when he saw Shisui's sudden attack, and he quickly warned Shisui. But it's too late. Crack. Zon Yan's body was wrapped with thunder and lightning, which instantly destroyed the water body under the sea water. Then he appeared in front of Shisui in an instant. You brat, if you want to defeat me, you're still 100 years early. Bang. Zon Yan raised his foot and kicked Shisui in the stomach, sending Shisui flying. Shisui. Itachi couldn't help shouting when he saw Shisui being kicked away. Zon Yan's voice sounded behind Itachi. Do you still have the heart to worry about others? Oops. Itachi turned around and attacked. Snapped. Zon Yan's finger pointed on Itachi's forehead. It hurts. Itachi covered his forehead. Advertisement. It's okay if it hurts. You can live like a little adult at a young age. Shisui also ran back from a distance, clutching her stomach and complaining to Xuanyan. Brother Xuanyan, you were too cruel to me. Your personality is too naughty and you are always careless. I must educate you well. How do you feel? Shisui said excitedly. It's very strong. Armament hockey's additional attack power and defense power are very strong. It is more pure than chakra. And I feel that hockey is not only that, but can also be developed more. Observation hockey is also very powerful, but it requires concentration, and facing a stronger Sharingan, it is easy to make misjudgments. Itachi also said that he had misjudged Zon Yan's attack just now. Zon Yan smiled and nodded. Yes, the real hockey masters in this world are very powerful. It is good to practice more, but we must not forget our advantages. Hockey is only used to make up for our shortcomings. Yes, Shisui and Itachi take Kaido seriously. Zon Yan is both the eldest brother and the master to the two of them. He is their idol and the goal they want to surpass. Okay, let's go back. After Zon Yan finished speaking, the three people quickly returned to the Nine Snakes ship. Everyone has been waiting for a long time. The sea is really a great place to stretch your muscles. Why can you stand on the sea? Marigold asked curiously. They were the ones who ate the devil fruit and were cursed by the sea. If they fell into the sea, they would lose their strength and not be able to swim. Although they sailed on the sea as pirates, the sea was always taboo for demon fruit power. Zon Yan explained. We use chakra to stand on the water. By continuously releasing the appropriate amount of chakra, we can maintain ourselves standing on the water. Doesn't that mean you can walk on the sea without a boat? It's not that simple. The situation on the sea is changing, and various crises may arise. It can only be said that it is more convenient for us on the sea than most people. Quote. The women of the Nine Snakes were speechless. It's more convenient. Is that more convenient? This is too convenient, isn't it? They live on the sea, and they know best how heaven-defying the other party's abilities are. And they had just fought a fierce battle, so it was okay under those circumstances. How big a storm would it take to hinder them? They learned armament hockey and observation hockey in less than a day, and used them with great proficiency. In addition to powerful ninjutsu, they also have superb physical skills, and they can fight standing on the sea. They feel that these three guys are getting more and more powerful. Pervert. Advertisement. Chapter 32 Flying to the Sky. Advertisement. For the next period of time, the ship continued to move forward on the sea. The women of the Nine Snakes also began to practice snake breathing, and they all realized the power of the breathing method. Only then did they deeply feel what a gift Zon Yan had given them. The previous wariness and alienation towards Zon Yan and the other two people disappeared and they became more enthusiastic. I saw it. It's Gaia Island. The navigator in charge of the lookout shouted loudly. Gaia Island. Reached. Is there really a lot of gold? When they heard that Gaia Island had arrived, everyone rushed out of the cabin. But didn't it say that the gold is above the 10,000-meter Sky Island? How should we get to the Sky Island? Leave this to me. Zhang Yan walked out of the cabin and said. Hancock crossed his arms and looked at Zhang Yan and said, how are you going to solve it? Is it by flying up? You are so smart. Yes, just fly up. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Before everyone could react, Zhang Yan said. Stand still. Zhang Yan pressed his palms on the deck, and the ship's hull suddenly shook, and then began to rise slowly. It's flying. Everyone in the Nine Snakes group couldn't help but exclaimed. How can this be? Hancock's face also changed color at this time. Shisui said. This is Brother Xuanyan's ninjutsu, don't worry. Advertisement. Ninjutsu. What can your ninjutsu do? Why do you feel so omnipotent? It's just that he can spit water, fire and wind. He can also release thunder and lightning, he can stand on the sea, and now he can actually fly. Because Brother Xuanyan is a real genius. Itachi said a rare word. Only he and Shisui knew how terrifying Zhang Yan's talent was. Zhang Yan dragged the huge hull and quickly climbed upwards. This ninjutsu was the third Tsuchikage's light and heavy rock technique. It was a ninjutsu that he got in exchange for a deal with third Tsuchikage. The third Tsuchikage originally did not want to make this deal, and even took action against Zhang Yan. After all, getting rid of such a talented ninja from Konoha village would be of great benefit to Iwagakure. As a result, third Tsuchikage underestimated Zhang Yan and was even injured by Zhang Yan. Only then did third Hokage realize the terror of this talented boy from the Uchiha family. In his body, third Tsuchikage seemed to see the figure of that man. In the end, third Tsuchikage was forced to make a deal with Zhang Yan and handed over this ninjutsu to Zhang Yan. Even if he gave this ninjutsu to Zhang Yan, he did not believe that Zhang Yan could successfully practice it. After all, up to now, he is the only one in Iwagakure who can use this ninjutsu. It's not that he hasn't taught it to others, it's just that others can't learn it at all. Naturally, he doesn't believe that Zhang Yan can learn it. However, he still underestimated Zhang Yan's talent. Although this ninjutsu was very difficult, Zhang Yan finally learned it. Bang! The clouds continued to break, and the hull of the ship landed on the clouds, and the warm and soft sunlight shone on the ship. Are we really above the clouds? The women of the Nine Snakes all felt incredible and unbelievable, but there was indeed an endless sea of clouds around them. Is this the White Sea? So beautiful, I never thought there was a place like this. Looking at the beautiful scenery, everyone couldn't help but admire it, even the Empress Boa Hancock couldn't help but be immersed in such beautiful scenery at this moment. Someone is coming. Zhang Yan sensed something and looked in one direction. Everyone looked over and saw a person standing on the clouds and rushing towards this side quickly. Advertisement. Then a leap rushed onto the ship. This man was wearing a strange indigenous mask, holding a shield in one hand and a rocket launcher in the other. Hey, stop, what do you want to do? Destroy you. Court death. The combatants of the Nine Snakes immediately took action and blocked the opponent. Upon seeing this, the opponent jumped hard and jumped into the air. He carried the gun barrel on his shoulders and pointed it at the ship below. Boom. There was an explosion in midair. If you want to attack our ship, you have to get through me first. Rindian carries a rocket launcher on her shoulders. She is the sniper of the Nine Snakes pirates. It was Rindian who fired the rocket launcher just now to block the opponent's attack. Snort. The attacker is preparing to continue the attack. A voice shouted from far away in the air, we'll get here this time. Then a figure appeared quickly and stabbed the masked man with a gun. The masked man immediately raised his shield to block it. However, due to the force of the impact, his entire body fell into the sea of clouds. Something bad happens again. When the masked man saw the visitor, he knew he couldn't continue this time and quickly left in the distance. The figure of the visitor also fell on the side of the ship. Who is it this time? I am the aerial knight. I am a free mercenary. This is a dangerous ocean. Traveling soldiers like the one just now often hunt down passing ships and end up with nothing. Quote. For a whistle of 5 million Aegis coins, I will come to rescue you. Quote. Quote. Everyone in the Nine Snakes looked at each other in confusion, wondering when they would need rescue. If the old man hadn't suddenly intervened to cause trouble, they were all ready to catch each other, but they ran away instead. Zhang Yan was overjoyed when he saw this old man appear. It seems that the protagonist group has not arrived here yet. It's okay if he didn't come. If he did, his biggest target might have escaped. Advertisement. Chapter 33 Illegal Invasion. Advertisement. Rescue us. Old man, what are you talking about? If you hadn't caused trouble just now, we would have killed that guy. Kill them. Impossible. They are rangers who have experienced hundreds of battles. You. Ganfuer said. Only then did he see that most of the people here were women, and there were only 3 men, all of whom were young teenagers. Old man, let me ask you, do you know where the Sky Island where the gold is hidden is? Hancock came out and looked at Ganfu arrogantly and said in a commanding tone. Gold. It turns out that you are here to look for gold. There are many people from Shanghai who come here every year to look for gold, but I advise you to give up. If it were before, I could still take you there, but now it is too much. It's dangerous, just for those useless metals, it's better that you don't die in vain. There really is gold. Everyone was a little surprised. According to what the other party said, there was really gold here. Tell me where it is. She is really an unfriendly girl doll. Zan Yan said to Gon Fool. Old man, just tell us where you are. As for life or death, that is what we asked for, and it has nothing to do with you. Oh, sure enough, if you don't listen to the old man, you will suffer a lot. I have persuaded many people, but they all made the same choice as you, and they all regretted it in the end. But you are free to choose. Have you seen the waterfall in front? Go towards that place. That is the entrance from the White Sea to the White Sea. Go up there and you'll be able to find the Sky Island you're looking for. As Ganfer said, the Madara bird beside him turned into a Madara Pegasus, and Ganfer jumped on it. Brave men, I wish you good luck. Madara ordered the Pegasus to fly away with Ganfuer, saying good things to the damn ghost. He had lived for so many years and knew that those who came to look for gold would never give up until they achieved their goals. Lord Sheji, won't you stop that person? Alan asked Hancock. The old man obviously knew the location of Sky Island. If he grabbed him and went to find Sky Island together, he would be safe. Forget it, the other party has already pointed the way. There is no need to embarrass him anymore. Let's set off towards the waterfall. Yes, the boat soon arrived near the waterfall. Under the waterfall, there was a huge gate with the 4 characters, Gate of Heaven, written on it. Gate to Heaven. Advertisement. It's so unlucky. It looks like we're going to die. The ships soon entered the gate. An old woman wearing small white wings came out of a small room at the door, holding something like a camera and taking pictures of the ship. Are you here for sightseeing? Or are you here to fight? It doesn't matter which one it is. If you want to go to the top, please pay the entry fee. 1 billion Aegis coins per person. This is the law. How dare you ask me for money, old woman? I just want to go in without paying today. Hancock felt very unhappy when he heard this. She had always been the one to rob others and now she was being robbed by others. That's okay too. Shisui asked in disbelief. Is it really possible? Okay, I'm neither a guard nor a guard. I just want to ask what you mean. Are you sure you want to go to the upper level? Certainly. Bang. Suddenly a pair of large pliers appeared under the sea of clouds and grabbed the sides of the ship. Wow, what is this? That's White Sea's specialty, express shrimp, and it will take you to the upper level. Quote. Wow, it's moving. It's moving. Does it want to swim upstream? The express shrimp carried the boat and quickly ran upward along the waterfall Cloud Falls. The old woman looked at the ship with a naughty smile, picked up the sound shell and reported. The Gate of Heaven. Monitoring officer Amazon reported that the Almighty, God, and all the priests, please give me more advice on going to the kingdom of God, Holy Land in the sky. Illegal immigrants will be subject to God's sanctions. Quote. Island of Gods. Is there anyone here again? Advertisement. Looks like we have fun again. Shanghai people are all so stupid. I heard there are more people this time. It looks like we can play for a while longer. After a while, everyone saw the entrance above. That old man was quite nice. He actually let us in like that. Okay. Zan Yan remembered that the other party in the animation was not so kind. The ship entered through the entrance and immediately reached the upper level area. What comes into view is an island with a large number of buildings and trees. It really looks like a paradise. It's Sky Island. It's true. I didn't expect that there are actually islands in the sky. Itachi felt incredible when he saw this scene. Zan Yan patted Itachi on the shoulder and said, it's incredible. In fact, there are many incredible places in this world. If I have the opportunity in the future, I will take you all to visit them. There is actually such a place. I want such a place. Hancock expressed his thoughts unabashedly. This place is located at an altitude of 10,000 meters. It is difficult for even the world government to reach here. It is a safer place than Nine Snake Island. Zan Yan's body trembled. It was so easy to get distracted by these words. I originally wanted to treat this place as the Uchiha clan's clan territory, but I didn't expect to end up on Nine Snakes Island unexpectedly. Although it is very nice here, it is still inconvenient to travel, so Nine Snakes Island is also very nice, and it is more suitable for family development. Hancock rolled his eyes when he heard this, which meant that he stayed because he liked Nine Snake Island. If she couldn't beat him now, she would have given Zan Yan a kick. As the gold we are looking for on this Sky Island. You can find out if you go over and ask. Shisui pointed at the people who looked like guards gathered on the shore and said. It's you. Illegal immigrants from Shanghai. Advertisement. Chapter 34 The Island of Gods. Advertisement. Illegal immigration. You have no room for excuse. We received the photos of the image shell from Amazon, the surveillance officer of Heaven's Gate. Please stop arguing and be frank and lenient. Quote. It's that old woman. Everyone in the Nine Snakes immediately thought of the old woman at the Gate of Heaven. No wonder that old woman let us go so easily and even asked Express Shrimp to bring us up. She really had no good intentions. However, please don't be too nervous. Illegal entry is only an 11th level crime in Heaven's sanctions. If you are willing to accept the punishment, you can be released on the spot and continue sightseeing. Quote. What's the punishment? It's easy. Please pay 10 times the entry fee. What's 10 times the cost of entry? One person's 10 billion Aegis coins, converted into Qinghai's berry, is equivalent to 1 million berry. Impossible. Hancock immediately scolded her. She had always charged others, and no one had ever dared to charge her, and the charge was so expensive. So beautiful. How could there be such a beautiful woman? As soon as Hancock appeared, all the white berets were attracted by Hancock's beauty, and their eyes filled with love. I want to know where the island with gold is. Gold, are you talking about the island of gods? Island of gods. Yes, that is the island where gods and priests live. God Enel, the god who rules the entire holy land in the sky. Everyone didn't expect that there was a so-called god here, but their faces showed joy. It was obvious that they had found the right place. Hancock pointed his finger at the guards and said, "Hey, you, take us to the island of gods." Advertisement. Extremely happy. Many team members are all going to lead the way. Stop. Captain Ma Jianli suppressed his impulse and shouted, "Have you forgotten the rules here? Residents of Angel Island who go to God's Island without authorization will be punished by God." The faces of many team members could not help but show expressions of fear. Fear even defeated the fascination with Hancock's beauty. At this time, Zhang Yan said, "No need to ask them, I have already seen the location of the Island of Gods. It is only about 5 kilometers away from here. Is it so close? Then let's go there quickly." Everyone ignored each other and drove the ship towards the Island of Gods. One team member said unbearably, "Captain, they will definitely be killed by gods." Ma Jianli gritted his teeth and said, "So what if they were killed? These Qinghai people broke in illegally and refused to pay the fine. What's more, they were pirates in Qinghai. They were a group of lawless elements. They just deserved to be killed." Cloud Shinobi Village. This is a village hidden among the clouds. It is also a village where the Sandians, the original inhabitants of the Island of Gods, live secretly. In order to avoid Enel's pursuit, the Sandians could only hide here. A man wearing a horned indigenous mask walked in. It was the masked man who just attacked Zanyan and others. "Wappa, you're back. Did you gain anything this time?" The young woman lackey asked immediately when she saw the visitor. "No, I met that annoying Ganfu again this time, and the people from Qinghai who came this time were a bit unusual. Unusual. I attacked them before Ganfer came, but they blocked my attack. Are the people from Qinghai who came this time so powerful? No matter how powerful they are, it's useless. They broke into the Holy Land in the sky illegally. They are dead. I just don't know if they can kill 1 or 2 priests this time. Then even if they are all dead, they are still valuable. If they can kill 4 if all the priests are killed, then it will be the best time for us to attack Enel. Where's Elsa? Elsa." A little girl opened the tent, walked out, and quickly hid behind lackey. Advertisement. "Aisha, did you hear the voices of those Qinghai people?" Aisha nodded. "Well, they are heading to the Island of Gods now. They seem to be looking for gold. HMPH. The Qinghai pirates who came here are all here for the gold. Those golds are obviously sacred objects belonging to our Sandia. These guys deserve to die. Kaminoshima Shrine. God. The priests have arrived." The burly airborne Holy Land divine soldier Captain Yemo said to Enel. "Let them in. Open the door." The shrines were opened and 4 priests walked in. "God, why have you called us? You don't seem to have taken those Qinghai people to heart. Isn't it always like this? They are just a group of Qinghai people. I can send them away casually. As for why we were specially summoned for this purpose." Shira, the Sky Knight priest of the Holy Land in the sky, said with an indifferent expression. "Yeah, ha ha ha. It's a good thing for Shira to be confident, but this time the enemy is a little unusual. Their target is gold." Gold. How did they know? This island is originally an island in Qinghai. It's not surprising that the people of Qinghai know this. This time I allow all your priests and soldiers to dispatch. Everyone. They're just some Qinghai people. God, do you need to be so cautious? Yeah, ha 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 ha. It would be more lively if there are more people. Sandia will most likely take advantage of this to launch an attack, just in time to get rid of them all. They will be arriving soon. Let's go. Yes. The Island of Gods was very close to where they were before, and the ship saw a huge island after sailing for a while. This is obviously different from the surrounding Sky Island. There are towering trees everywhere on the island. The most important thing is that the trees are planted on the soil. There is not much difference from 9 Snake Island. But appearing so out of place in the sky 10,000 meters high. Finally reached. Advertisement. Chapter 35 Instant Kill. Advertisement. The ship soon docked at the Island of Gods. "Marigolds, palace lanterns, you stay here to guard the ship." Marigold hurriedly said. "Wait, sister, aren't you going to take me and Sister Sonia? She also wants to find gold. The feeling of waiting here is different from that of searching for gold. Nothing can happen to the ship. Not to mention that there is a self-proclaimed god and a priest on this island. Even the masked guy the first met in the White Sea just now may come to attack. If you are here, I will feel more at ease." Hearing Hancock's words, Marigold straightened her chest and said, "Don't worry, sister, I won't let anyone destroy our ship." Zan Yan smiled at Hancock and said, "Let's go, those guys are already waiting for us." "Did you discover their location?" "Well, my range of perception is quite wide. Broader. This is a relatively vague definition, but Hancock doesn't care. Some people's observation hockey coverage is indeed very wide. For example, Sniper Genshin's observation hockey has a very long range and can accurately locate distant targets. Observation hockey there is actually not much difference between far and near, but she doesn't know how wide Zan Yan means by wider. Now that we've discovered it, let's go. Everyone set off towards the forest, and after a while, Jendon said, "Someone is coming." The words just fell. Swish. A large number of people appeared on the ground and in the big trees around them, surrounding them. Huh, women. I didn't expect that there were so many women here this time. That guy Enel didn't say that his opponent was a woman. It's really a bad idea. I have no interest in fighting women. Shira, the Knight of the Sky, stood with a spear on his shoulder. Tree said with a disgusted expression. Advertisement. What? A group of goat-headed divine soldiers let out weird laughter. The divine soldier Captain Yemo said, no matter if they are men or women, everyone who comes here is an enemy. In addition to women, there are 3 men here. Hancock came out and said, I ask you, where is the gold here? What a nice view. How can there be such a beautiful woman in the world? It's so beautiful. The gold is over there at the ruins. All the priests and divine soldiers were attracted by Hancock's beauty. Okay, thank you very much. This is the first time we meet, so I'm giving this to you as a gift. Marrow marrow mellow. Hancock made a heart-shaped pose with his hands, releasing love rays. The priests and divine soldiers who were illuminated by the light instantly turned into stone. Shisui and Itachi were shocked when they saw this scene. When Hancock and Zan Yan fought, judging from their fighting skills, the opponent was very strong, but not too strong, at least it didn't feel like much of a threat to them. Zan Yan patted Shisui and Itachi on the shoulders. You see, this is the power of the Pirate Empress. She can make the world government dare not easily offend a woman. How terrifying it is. You will understand this time. Shisui and Itachi nodded obediently. There were so many people, and they all seemed to be elite warriors, but they all turned into stone in an instant. Hancock retracted his arm with satisfaction. Is this right? No man could be unmoved by her beauty, but she couldn't do anything about that B***********, which made her lose her confidence recently. Set off. Advertisement. Cloud Shinobi Village. How can it be? Elsa screamed, her eyes showing horror and disbelief. What's wrong, Elsa? Lackey quickly reassured and asked. Disappeared. The sound. Disappeared. Wappa frowned. The sound disappeared. It seems that those guys can't do it either. This time the battle can only be given up. He originally hoped that the people from Qinghai could provide some strength to kill at least a few priests, but it seemed that outsiders could not count on him after all. No. Not those Qinghai people, but the priests and magic soldiers. Their voices disappeared, and it happened in an instant. What? All the Sandians around were in disbelief. Elsa, did you hear correctly? Aisha shook her head desperately and said, I heard it right. Those people met with the priests and magic soldiers. In just a moment, the voices of the priests and magic soldiers disappeared, and they had already started walking towards the ruins. After hearing Aisha's detailed description, all the Sandians had no choice but to believe it. What a great opportunity. I never imagined that those Qinghai people are so strong. They will definitely fight with that guy Enel. No matter who wins or loses, we can kill them. Wappa's eyes showed joy. After all these years, he finally saw the hope of regaining his hometown. It would be best for those Qinghai people and Enel to die together. Even if they can't die together, they should both suffer losses. That's the best time for them to take action. Wait a minute. Not this time, I feel it's too dangerous. Elsa said with a slightly frightened expression. Danger. We Sandians are never afraid of danger, even if it is Enel, we are never afraid. No. It's not Enel, he's from Qinghai. Among those Qinghai people, there is one person who makes me feel more terrifying than Enel. My body can't help but tremble just by touching it. This feeling. Yes, he is sure you sensed me. Advertisement. Chapter 36 God Enel. Advertisement. This is impossible. Aisha, your mental network range is so wide. How could he sense you? Aisha's heart network is innate, and she is born with the ability to sense a large range of aura. Sandia also relied on Aisha's heart network ability to avoid many battles with Enel. No, he definitely sensed me, because his mental network ability is more powerful than mine. Elsa said affirmatively. Everyone heard Aisha's affirmation and knew that what Aisha said might be true. Aisha's mental network ability is very strong, not only the range, but also the ability to feel the heart and the power of the enemy. Wappa didn't care about that. No matter what, this is the best opportunity. No matter it is God Enel or the Qinghai people, no one can take away what belongs to us. Rangers, attack with me. Shrine. Disappeared. Enel was lying on his bed, already prepared to watch a big show, but he didn't expect that just as he lay down, the show ended before he even took a bite of the apple. All his priests and divine soldiers were killed in an instant, which surprised him. Energy user. It looks like a powerful ability user is here this time. But no matter what kind of ability it is, it's impossible to match my ability. Soon, Zan Yan and others arrived at their destination. Is this the ancient city of Shantora? What an ancient ruin. It must have been abandoned for many years. Is this where the gold is hidden? Seeing this magnificent building, everyone was a little excited. Sudden, click, a thunderbolt fell from the sky and struck the roof in front of him. A man then appeared on the roof. This man was wearing a white scarf, his earlobes were bare, his upper body was bare, and there were 4 thunder drums behind his back. Each thunder drum had a pattern of 3 tomo, which looked similar to Zan Yan. Their Sharingan is very similar. Welcome to my territory. I'm this Sky Island god. You are very good, you can actually defeat my priests, but those priests really make me a little tired. As a reward, I will give you a chance to surrender to me, and I will make you new priests and divine soldiers. But it's a supreme honor. Advertisement. Then he pointed at Hancock with his finger. You are beautiful, I can make you my queen. Hancock became more and more angry as he listened. You are so brazen. You actually want me to surrender. I don't know which guy from the country is arrogant and claims to be a god. You should also turn me into a stone. Marrow marrow mellow. Hancock attacks Enel and emits a love ray. 1,000,000 volts. Crack. A bolt of blue-white lightning shot towards Hancock rapidly. Because the speed was so fast, it hit first and she didn't even react. Boom. Lord Snake Princess. The women of the 9 snakes couldn't help but exclaimed when they saw this scene. Hancock felt no pain and raised her head to see Zon Yan standing in front of her and receiving Enel's attack. Huh. Enel was a little surprised. Not bad. You were able to block my attack, but what happens next? Enel pointed his finger at Zon Yan. 20 million. A figure appeared behind Enel and drew his sword to slash at Enel. It was Uchiha Shisui. Crack. Enel's figure turned into lightning and appeared behind Shisui instantly, pointing his finger at Shisui. Fire-style great fireball technique. Uchiha Itachi spits a huge fireball at Enel. Snort. Enel aimed his palm at the fireball and released an electric shock. Boom. Fireballs and electric shocks collide together causing a violent explosion. Shisui raised his foot and kicked Enel, but Enel didn't care. Advertisement. Bang. Until the body was kicked, Enel screamed and flew backwards. Boom. Every wall of the ruins was shattered. Blah blah blah. Enel touched the blood from the corner of his mouth. Damn it. I am Lei, how could you hit me? Quote. Shisui was a little confused when he heard this. Zon Yan explained. He is a person with abilities who ate Logia devil fruit and thunder fruit. His body can be transformed into elements. Ordinary physical attacks have no effect on him. Only by entangling armament hockey can he attack his entity. He is actually Logia demon fruit power. Hancock was also a little surprised at this time. Logia devil fruit is known as the strongest species, and Naval Headquarters 3 Admiral is the natural demon fruit power. The opponent's one is thunder fruit, which can release thunder and lightning, so its power is not much compared to Marine 3 Admiral. If that's true, this guy's strength is incredible. Armament hockey. I didn't expect people from Shanghai to have such power and be able to hurt me. Then I won't let you touch me again. Boom. Enel hit the taiko drum behind his back with his long stick. 30 million volts Thunderbird. Thunder and lightning overflowed from the taiko drum, and the Thunderbird formed a phoenix form and rushed towards Shisui at high speed, but Shisui quickly dodged. Ha! Do you think you can dodge the speed of lightning? Zitsa. Sudden. A soft drink sounded. Reikiri. A bolt of lightning passed through, and the entire Thunderbird was cut into 2 parts from the middle. Boom boom. Lightning struck the wall of the ruins and shattered it. How can it be? Enel couldn't believe that his lightning was actually cut open. Advertisement. Chapter 37 Zon Yan vs. God Enel. Advertisement. Enel looked over and saw traces of thunder and lightning still remaining on Zon Yan's palm. The other party apparently also used thunder and lightning to cut off his own. Impossible. There can't be 2 identical devil fruits in the world. How can you also use the power of thunder and lightning? It's just lightning. It's no big deal. Don't worry, I didn't eat devil fruit. Reikiri, an S-level ninjutsu created by Hitaki Kakashi. Because Kakashi once used this move to cut off thunder and lightning, it was called Reikiri. Zon Yan also learned it from Kakashi. Ninjutsu such as the light and heavy rock technique and Reikiri cannot be copied even by Sharingan. Xuanyan can only learn it if he wants. Seeing Enel use thunder and lightning, Xuanyan couldn't help but use Reikiri. Shisui volunteered and said, Brother Xuanyan, I can deal with this guy. I know, I'm just itchy. Shisui has activated Mangekyo Sharingan, but still has no problem dealing with Enel. Although Enel is a sky island located 10,000 meters above the Grand Route, it is a real frog in the well. In the anime, Enel was defeated by Luffy, who had just arrived at the Grand Line. He seemed a bit weak, but Enel himself was actually extremely talented. Thunder Fruit's ability is highly developed by it. Like Kizaru, it relies too much on Devil Fruit's ability, but it doesn't have Kizaru's combat skills. It's a mess in terms of physical skills, defense, and anti-strike ability, so the whole person looks like a loser. Without the blessing of Thunder Fruit, any minion in New World can beat Enel out of the sky. Of course, if it weren't for Luffy's protagonist aura and Enel's intelligence reducing aura being turned on, it would be easy to defeat Luffy with Enel's ability. As a result, the Thunder Fruit user, who was extremely awesome, was offline as soon as he appeared on the scene. This made fans who had followed the series extremely regretful and complained. Even if a pig ate it, Thunder Fruit would still be more awesome than Enel. Zon Yan came to Sky Island this time. Looking for gold was only a small part of the reason. The main goal was Enel. If such a powerful devil fruit fell into Enel's hands, it would be like a pearl covered in dust. It would be better to take it for yourself. At this time, Enel held his forehead with one hand and laughed. Ha 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 ha. What a gaffe. I actually panicked a little. Although I don't know what magic you used, your thunder and lightning can't compete with mine. It's just a mere fake. He actually dares to challenge the real god of thunder. Now I will show you what God is, and the power of God cannot be blasphemed. Boom, boom, boom. Enel used a metal stick to hit his shoulder drum. 30 million volts Thunder Beast. Crack. Advertisement. Thunder and lightning overflowed from the drum, forming a Thunder Wolf running towards Zon Yan at high speed. Zon Yan stood there without moving. When Thunder Wolf ran in front of him, Zon Yan suddenly drew his sword. Zila. The dazzling thunder and lightning sword slashed out from Zan Yan's sword. The thunder beast sent by Enel was also cut in half by Zan Yan's sword. Amazing. Can actually cut through thunder and lightning. The women of the 9 snakes couldn't help but exclaimed when they saw this. It looked so cool to cut off the thunder and lightning with one knife. Even Hancock couldn't help but feel Zan Yan's heartbeat speeding up slightly when he saw it. Boom. Enel beats the taiko drums on his shoulders. 60 million volts Brontosaurus. A dazzling dragon of thunder and lightning rushed towards Zan Yan, destroying everything in its path. Zan Yan stood there, holding up the Sun Loon knife with both hands. Thunder and lightning twined around the blade, and Zan Yan slashed hard. Tear. A shining lightning blade struck out from Zan Yan's blade. Aha! The huge thunder dragon was sliced open by Zan Yan's lightning blade and slashed towards Enel. Enel's expression changed drastically and he quickly dodged. Boom. The huge thunder blade almost split the entire island of gods in half. Enel was also shocked when he saw this scene. This guy's slash was actually so powerful. Looking at the long sword wrapped with thunder and lightning in Zan Yan's hand, his expression became serious. May I have your name? Uchiha Xuanyan. Uchiha Xuanyan, I admit that I underestimated you, but everything ends here. I will seriously eliminate you next. 30 million volts. Advertisement. Enel releases powerful thunder and lightning from his palm. Zan Yan swung his sword and smashed it into pieces. Enel didn't pay attention, and aimed his other hand at Zan Yan again to release thunder and lightning. 40 million volts. Zan Yan quickly swung his sword and chopped the thunder and lightning into pieces. 50 million volts. Zan Yan still calmly swung his sword to smash the thunder and lightning. 100 million volts. 100 million volts of lightning were released from Enel's hands. Xuanyan held the knife in both hands and shattered the 100 million volts of lightning. Accept God's sanction. God's sanction. Enel raised his arms high, and released a large amount of thunder and lightning from his arms. The thunder and lightning gathered above Xuanyan's head, and then, a huge thunder pillar fell from the sky. Careful. Seeing this scene, Hancock couldn't help shouting. Boom. A terrifying explosion occurred, the pillar of thunder penetrated a huge hole in the ground, and Zan Yan's figure disappeared. Seeing that Zan Yan was gone, Enel couldn't help but laugh to the sky. Ha 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 ha. Deputy Head. The members of the 9 snakes threw themselves at the entrance of the cave, and saw that the earth and the clouds below were penetrated. This is the result of opposing God. No matter how hard you struggle, it will be in vain. In the face of powerful power, you will only experience despair. Submit to me. If you resist, your fate will be the same as that man. Everyone in the 9 snakes had ugly expressions, except for Shisui and Itachi, whose expressions remained unchanged. Sudden, a voice sounded. Phew. It's so dangerous, I almost fell. As the sound appeared, Zan Yan's figure slowly flew up from the hole just now. What? Advertisement. Chapter 38 Incompetent Fury. Advertisement. Enel's eyes almost popped out when he saw Zan Yan. This guy was still alive after being hit by the attack just now. The most important thing is that this guy can fly. You guy, you can fly. Yes. Don't you know how to do it? Don't you claim to be a god? As a god, you can't even fly. This is too inferior. When Enel heard Zan Yan's words, his face suddenly turned red. He was mainly angry at Zan Yan. He had never encountered that look of contempt before. He is a god, how can he be despised by mortals? It seems like you really can't fly, so you are really weak as a god. Hole. Go to hell. Enel released a large amount of thunder and lightning towards Zan Yan. Rich chakra appeared on Zan Yan's body, and rich thunder and lightning wrapped around Zan Yan's body. Boom. Zan Yan stepped down and the ground exploded. Zan Yan's body instantly avoided all the lightning and appeared in front of Enel. So fast. Seeing Zan Yan's speed, everyone in the 9 snakes group couldn't help but exclaimed. This speed was so fast that they couldn't even see it. What? Enel's expression changed drastically when he saw Zan Yan in front of him. Zan Yan raised his foot and swept across Enel's face. Wah! Enel screamed and flew out. Boom boom boom. The dilapidated ruins were smashed by Enel's body. This move is 4th Raikage's lightning style chakra mode, which is exclusive to Raikage's unique ninjutsu. Combined with Zan Yan's thunder breath, it is also Zan Yan's fastest moving move, which makes Zan Yan's speed even better than 4th Raikage's speed. This is the ninjutsu that Zan Yan made a deal with 4th Raikage before, and 4th Raikage taught him. At first, 4th Raikage was unwilling to teach and resisted fiercely. It was not until Zan Yan put a knife on Killer Bee's neck that 4th Raikage agreed. After learning, Zan Yan was also very particular about releasing 4th Raikage and Killer Bee. He did what he said, so that his reputation would be good and others would be willing to do business with him. Advertisement. When 4th Raikage left, he also said something like 30 years to the east of Hedong and 30 years to the west of Hexi. He said that he would take revenge on Konoha village. He didn't know if he would start now. Well, there is also the 3rd Tsuchikage. Thinking about it this way, I would still be at a loss if I exchanged the lives of the 50 Jonin of Iwagakure for the super light heavy rock technique. The old man ungratefully threatened to take revenge on Konoha village and make Konoha never peaceful. He said harsh words easily, but also didn't know whether he would take action. At this time the world of Hokage. Both 3rd Hokage and Danzo in Konoha village were confused. Danzo yelled grumpily, "Damn it! Are the guys from Iwagakure and Cloud Shinobi village crazy? They actually blatantly tore up the armistice agreement and directly launched a war against us Konoha. Do they think our Konoha village will become easy to bully without the Uchiha clan? The third Hokage is also a little confused. It stands to reason that the war has just ceased and all the villages are recuperating and regaining their strength. It is very unwise for Iwagakure and Cloud Shinobi village to make the choice to go to war. Their Konoha village lacks the powerful combat power of 4th Hokage and Uchiha Schwanyan, but there are still Jiraiya and other powerful ninjas. Call out. A Root Anbu ninja appears. What's going on? Has there been news from Anzi that caused them to take the initiative to stand up this time? Yes. Well, Danzo urged. If you have anything to worry about, tell me quickly. According to the information we received, it was Uchiha Schwanyan who arrested 50 Iwagakure Jonin's lives and threatened 3rd Tsuchikage for some despicable deal. Over at Cloud Shinobi village, it was Uchiha Schwanyan who arrested 4th Raikage's brother Killer Bee and threatened 4th Raikage. What a despicable deal was made. Both the 3rd Tsuchikage and the 4th Raikage hate Uchiha Schwanyan to the core. In the past, due to Uchiha Schwanyan's danger, they had to endure it. Now that Uchiha Schwanyan is gone, they plan to retaliate against Konoha village. 3rd Hokage and Danzo were dumbfounded when they heard this. If you want to take revenge on Uchiha Schwanyan, then go take revenge on Uchiha Schwanyan. Why are you seeking revenge from us, Konoha village? And what outrageous things did Uchiha Schwanyan do? The Uchiha clan ran away, why should Konoha village pay for what they did? Uchiha Schwanyan. The angry Danzo roared incompetently. Ah sneeze. Zan Yan sneezed and couldn't help but rub his nose. Did anyone miss me? Blah blah blah. Advertisement. Enel stood up again from the ruins and glared at Zan Yan. Damn it, who are you? God's sanction. Enel's wrist formed thunder and shot a thick pillar of lightning towards Zan Yan. Reikiri. Zan Yan rushed directly towards Enel with the pillar of thunder and lightning, and the huge pillar of thunder and lightning was cut directly by Zan Yan's hand knife. This is impossible, human. You always call things that you can't do impossible. In fact, it's not impossible, it's just your incompetence. Zan Yan punched Enel in the face. Enel screamed and flew backwards. Boom 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 boom. After the body smashed into walls, it hit a huge vine that reached the sky, and then bounced to the ground, motionless. Did it should be, killed. The female warriors of the 9 snakes were also a little uncertain at this time. Although Enel was beaten by Zan Yan and was unable to fight back, she almost always killed them instantly. She still knew this. And with the opponent's ability, even if Lady Snake G fights against the opponent, the chance of winning is not good. Crack, crack, thunder and lightning began to appear on Enel's body. The thunder and lightning spread to the surroundings, and the white clouds above began to turn into dark clouds. Click, a huge bolt of lightning fell on Enel below. Enel's body flashed and appeared on the huge vine, glaring at Zan Yan. You actually say that I am incompetent, but I am the Almighty God. How dare you say that I am incompetent? Originally, I didn't want to destroy this island. After all, I was still a little short of completing my goal. But I don't care about that much now. Who told you to anger the real God? Disappear. Disappear all of them. Click, click, click. The clouds in the sky broke, and a huge purple-black thunderball that covered almost half of Sky Island slowly appeared. Advertisement. Chapter 39 Susano. Advertisement. What is this? So big. How come? Everyone couldn't help but feel fear and despair when they saw this huge thunderball. Shisui and Itachi also changed their colors at this time. This thunderball contained terrifying energy, which was enough to blast half of Sky Island into pieces. Ouch. This is a bit too much. Zan Yan couldn't help but scratch his head when he saw this huge thunderball. How long has it been since this happened? You still have the heart to make a joke. Hancock couldn't help but get angry when he saw Zan Yan still had this attitude. Can't you just split it? Yes, it can, but won't it still explode after being split? So what should I do now? Hancock was also a little panicked at this time. It was too late to run away now. If the violent energy hit anyone, everyone might die. Well, the matter is still in such crisis, leave it to me to solve it. Zan Yan's body slowly flew up, facing the huge thunderball. Do you want to sacrifice yourself in exchange for the lives of your companions? It's really touching, but everything is useless. There is only one consequence for offending the gods. Destroy them completely. Lei Ying. A huge thunderball is about to fall on Zan Yan. Zan Yan calmly took out a special kunai from his pocket. There was a magic talisman tied to this kunai. Zan Yan held this special kunai seal in his hands. A spell formed by black spells appeared in the sky. The huge thunderball touched the black spell and seemed to be sucked in. Advertisement. In the blink of an eye, the huge thunderball disappeared. No. Impossible. This is impossible. How could Lei Ying disappear? Sudden. Boom. A huge roar came from below, as if something exploded, causing the entire Sky Island to tremble slightly. There was no doubt that something exploded below, probably in the White Sea 3,000 meters below. As for what exploded, you can figure it out without even thinking about it. It must be the huge thunderball that Enel just sent. Damn, what did you do? What to do? I didn't do anything. I just moved that big thing to another place. What is that? Empress Hancock was also a little confused at this time. She also couldn't figure out how Zan Yan could move such a huge and dangerous thing away. Shisui explained. That's the Flying Thunder God technique. It can transfer objects or people by using specific spells as spatial coordinates. Hancock suddenly remembered that Zan Yan would throw a kunai every time he passed an island. It turned out to be this Flying Thunder God technique, a ninjutsu created by the second Hokage and popularized by the fourth Hokage. This ninjutsu was perfected in the hands of the fourth generation. It was also because of this ninjutsu that the fourth Hokage became famous in the ninja world as a yellow flash. As a time traveler, Zan Yan cannot miss such a ninjutsu. Although the fourth Hokage was also poisoned by the will of fire, it was much stronger than the old guy of the third Hokage. Hearing Zan Yan say that he wanted to learn his Flying Thunder God technique, Namikaze Minato very generously taught Zan Yan the Flying Thunder God technique. The only requirement is that Zan Yan cannot betray Konoha. Zan Yan agreed half-heartedly. As long as Konoha didn't betray him, he wouldn't betray Konoha either. The fourth Hokage was in his prime at that time, and he never thought that Nine Tails would attack Konoha, so he naturally agreed. Unexpectedly, third Hokage would overstep its authority and directly prevent Zan Yan from participating in the war. As a result, his family died tragically, leaving only Uzumaki Naruto. Advertisement. As a result, Uzumaki Naruto was still treated like that by the third Hokage. He was really not worthy of the fourth generation family. In order to repay the kindness of the fourth generation, he took care of the young Naruto. But every time Zan Yan comes into contact with Naruto, Anbu and the top management of Konoha are very nervous, fearing that the Nine Tails incident will happen again. It's just that their worries are unnecessary. Zan Yan has little interest in Nine Tails. At most, it is just a pet. Just like Uchiha Madara, he has never thought of sealing Nine Tails into his body. Do you have any other tricks? Come up with them all, I'm a little tired of them too. Too presumptuous. Crackle. Zan Yan's scornful attitude and tone completely angered Enel, and a large amount of thunder and lightning emitted from his body. He was a god, but he was so underestimated. 20 million volts Thor. Enel's body was completely transformed into the element of thunder and lightning, turning into a huge thunder god figure 40 to 50 meters tall. So big. Such a huge thunder god gives people a very heavy sense of oppression. I'm a god, although I don't know what your ability is. But no matter what, I can't defeat the most powerful Logia. Disappear for me. Enel quickly rushed to Zan Yan and punched Zan Yan. Swish. Zan Yan stood still, and an energy arm with the color of the scorching sun suddenly appeared and grabbed Enel's fist. What? Enel was startled when he saw orange skeletons appearing around Zan Yan's body. The palm of one of the skeleton's arms blocked his fist. Then the orange-yellow skeleton began to grow rapidly, and energy like flesh and blood appeared on it. Finally, armor appeared on the outside, and wings appeared on the back. In the blink of an eye, a warrior god who was more than 200 meters tall with a long sword on his waist appeared in front of everyone. Enel looked at this huge warrior god who was 4 or 5 times taller than himself, and was completely frightened. Not only Enel, but many women on Nine Snake Island, including Empress Hancock, were dumbfounded at this moment, looking at the monster in front of them in horror. What is this? Advertisement. Chapter 40 The Golden Bell. Advertisement. Susanoo can only be unlocked by opening Mangekyo Sharingan, the ultimate power residing in Mangekyo Sharingan. The god of war formed by materializing chakra fights, the ultimate eye technique integrating offense and defense. Also known as the power of God. Zan Yan looked down at Enel. Enel was also filled with fear at this time. What a weak god. Don't underestimate. Zan Yan's words deeply hurt Enel's self-esteem, and he couldn't help but say harsh words in anger, but before Enel could finish speaking, Zan Yan Susanoo's fist had already fallen. No. Boom. The entire island of gods shook violently, and countless birds and beasts were frightened. Fa. Enel howled in pain, and everything around him was destroyed. His body of the god of thunder was like paper, easily torn into pieces under such a fist. The powerful impact spread to the surroundings, and countless buildings and trees were shattered by the impact. Earth-style wall. Itachi and Shisui created a huge wall, making everyone on Kuja Island hide behind it. After a while, the island calmed down again. The smoke dissipated, and a huge pit appeared on the ground. The pit seemed to be in the shape of a fist mark. Under the fist mark, there was a fainted figure, which was the god of Sky Island, Enel. Enel's voice disappeared. What? Everyone in the Shandia tribe was shocked. Who is Enel? He is the one who ousted the god of Sky Island from his throne and became a god himself. Unlike the previous god, Enel's abilities are almost no different from those of a real god. But such a powerful guy like a god was actually killed. Who was this guy? Advertisement. Enel was killed. He was killed. Over the years, Enel did not know how many compatriots he had killed in Shandia. They had long been eager to eat their flesh and blood. Everyone. Enel is dead, and those Qinghai pirates are probably seriously injured. Now is the time for us to take back our hometown. Oh. No. Don't go. It's too scary. The guy who killed Enel was too scary. The Qinghai pirates were not seriously injured, all of their voices are still there, only Enel's voice disappeared. Aisha quickly spoke to stop him. She had never felt such a terrifying guy before. How can it be? Wappa said firmly. I'm going no matter what. This may be the best opportunity to take back the island. I can't give up. If you are willing to go, come with me, and if you are afraid, go back to the village first. After Wappa finished speaking, he rushed out immediately. Enel fainted and Zan Yan dismissed Susanoo. That is. Hancock wanted to ask, but was a little embarrassed to ask. She originally thought that Zan Yan's strength was not much stronger than hers. When she practices the breathing method well, she will regain her place with Zan Yan. Only now did I realize that Zan Yan did not use all his strength when fighting him. If the other party wants to seize Amazon Lily, even she has no power to resist. That one. That's called Susanoo. It's the power that resides in our clan's Sharingan. It's called the power of God. Of course, not everyone can open it. Only Mangekyo Sharingan can be used. Only then did Hancock notice that Zan Yan's eyes had changed from before. The power of God. Indeed, it is no exaggeration to call this powerful power the power of God. Let's go. The enemy has been defeated. It's time to get the loot. Zan Yan controlled Enel to fly up and float beside him. This was the biggest gain of this trip, so naturally he couldn't put it here. Soon, everyone saw a huge ship with a face similar to Enel's, and this big face was made of gold. Gold. Advertisement. So much gold. Everyone couldn't help cheering, and then rushed to climb on the boat, touch and bite, and they were even more excited when they were sure it was real gold. Even Zan Yan, who had been mentally prepared, was trembling in his heart. Money. That's a lot of money. In his previous life, he was just an ordinary working man born into an ordinary family. How could he have seen so much gold? The fist-sized gold randomly dug out from it was enough for him to struggle for half a lifetime. When I first watched One Piece, I felt that those guys were too wasteful. Waste is a shameful behavior. If they don't spend it, then they will spend it all themselves. Hancock suddenly became obsessed when he looked at the gold. With so much gold, Amazon Lily would not have to worry about money for 100 years. He could buy more arms and supplies and arm Amazon Lily even more powerfully. Hancock looked at Zan Yan. These were all changes brought about by this man. It was he who changed Amazon Lily. Looking at Zan Yan's handsome face, Hancock felt his heartbeat begin to accelerate. Zan Yan looked at Hancock, who quickly turned his face away, feeling guilty as a thief. Come, hold my hand. Hold hands. What are you going to do? I don't do anything, I just want to show you something good. Good stuff. What good stuff? Hancock held Zan Yan's hand dubiously, and she felt her heart beating faster. Suddenly, she felt a lightness under her feet, and her body flew up with Zan Yan. She couldn't help but panic at first, but she quickly adapted and was filled with excitement, curiosity and excitement about flying. She never thought that one day she would be able to fly. Soon Zan Yan led Hancock through the clouds above and arrived at a cloud above the top of the huge vine. This is. Hancock was stunned when he saw the scene in front of him. He saw a huge golden altar with two thick golden pillars on both sides, and a huge golden bell standing in the middle. Due to the age, some moss and vines have appeared on the pillars and golden clock. But the dazzling golden light shines so brightly under the sun, which is shocking. This is the golden bell. Advertisement. Chapter 41. Spending a lot of money. Advertisement. What a nice view. Even Boa Hancock, who is known as the most beautiful woman in the world, couldn't help but sigh how beautiful this big clock was when she saw it. It's not just gold, it's history, like those antiques. Living is a place of historical interest. Even if you can't understand it, you will still be shocked and moved by it. The feeling of the golden bell is far superior to the others. Yes, so beautiful. Do you like it? I'll give it to you if you like it. Although giving a bell was somewhat unlucky in the previous life, it is not so particular in this world. Let alone this world, if someone in my previous life had given me such a big golden clock, no, it doesn't have to be this big, it's the size of my thumb. I would like to thank him for 8 generations of my ancestors, sincerely. What? You said. I said give it to you. Zan Yan pointed at the golden clock and said. Hancock's heartbeat began to speed up again, this time even more violently. Why? It's just a gift for a girl. There's no reason for it. I spent a lot of money just to pick up girls. To be honest, this was something I wouldn't have dared to think about before. Only the richest man in the world can afford to give away such a large amount of gold. He also experienced the feeling of the big brother spending a lot of money in the live broadcast room, but it was a pity that there were too few people watching. Zan Yan flew under the golden bell, pulled up the chain, and invited Hancock. Come here, you can ring the golden bell that has not sounded for 400 years. From now on, it will only belong to you. Hancock suppressed the excitement in his heart, walked up the steps to the altar step by step, and pulled the gold chain hard. Dang dang dang. The golden bell began to shake, and the bell rods inside collided with each other, making a pleasant sound that spread into the distance. What is this bell? Could it be? This is the legendary golden bell. Zan Yan tapped his foot lightly, and the entire altar began to fly up, slowly flying downwards. Shisui and others also saw this treasure of human civilization, and they were all shocked. Advertisement. Enel's giant curry-flavored face, made of a large amount of gold, looked like a joke in front of this golden clock. Brother Xuanyan, could this be? Well, this is the golden clock. It's so beautiful, everyone can't help but be attracted by the golden clock. Sudden, a loud shout rang out. Qinghai people. Get away from that golden bell. That is a sacred object belonging to us Sandians. Many people rushed out, led by Wappa, who had attacked them in the White Sea before. Wappa and others also saw Enel who had passed out. Enel, he was indeed defeated by these Qinghai people. Hancock stepped out, looked down at the visitor, and said proudly, belongs to you. From now on, this golden bell belongs only to me. Do it. Kill them. Take back the golden bell. Wappa shouted, and all the Zandian rangers took action. The female warriors of the Nine Snakes pirates took action immediately. Because they had no chance to take action before, the priest and the divine soldier were instantly killed by the impatient Hancock. Enel is too strong and they can't intervene. If these Sandians actually want to kill them, they will naturally not be polite. The Sandians are ferocious and good at fighting, and they use various shellfish, a specialty of Sky Island, to fight effectively. But Amazon Lily is a fighting nation. The members of the Nine Snakes are all the elite of the elite, and they all know how to use hockey. In a short while, several Sandians fell. Except for Wappa, most of the Sandians were actually suppressed and beaten by the female warriors of Amazon Lily. Damn it, where did these strong women come from? Wappa saw that this situation was not good, and if he wanted to win, he had to capture the king himself first. Poly attack. Bang. A powerful impact appeared from Wappa's palm. Advertisement. Cosmos, who was fighting Wappa, screamed and was repulsed. Pushed by the wind shell on his feet, Wappa's body appeared in the air in a blink of an eye, releasing natural gas at Zon Yan's position. Itachi sniffed. This smell is bad. The rocket launcher on Wappa's shoulder was aimed at Zon Yan and Hancock. Disappear. Burning rocket launcher. Wappa pulled the trigger and sprayed out a blue-white flame, about to detonate the natural gas. Sudden, Shisui's figure instantly appeared next to Wappa, raised his foot and kicked Wappa's rocket launcher. The direction of the rocket launcher changed and sprayed flames upward. Damn it! Itachi appeared behind Wappa and kicked Wappa on the back. Ooh! Wappa screamed and his body fell to the ground in front of the altar. Just as Wappa was about to get up, Shisui dropped the long knife in Wappa's hand and pressed it against Wappa's neck. Sudden, a voice sounded. Stop. Then a figure appeared in the sky, an old man wearing armor and riding a pink Madara Pegasus down. That old man. Everyone in the Nine Snakes regiment recognized that this old man was the old man who claimed to be the Sky Knight who appeared in the White Sea before. Gone 4. Wappa and other Sandians also recognized the former god of Sky Island. Jendon said rudely, "Old man, do you want to get in the way again?" It was this old man who was meddling in other people's business, so he let the other party run away. As a result, the other party gathered so many people to attack. Everyone, can you be noble and let these people go? Their ancestors of the Sandians were the owners of this ruins 400 years ago, and were later washed up into the sky with them. The Sky Islanders at that time seized the island and drove them out. They always wanted to return to their hometown. The corners of Zon Yan's lips raised slightly. Old man, you are wrong. What does this have to do with us? If they had the ability, they would have defeated Enel and regained their property. We defeated Enel. Do you still want what we got? Do you want us to return it? What's more, they launched an attack on us as soon as they arrived, and this was already the second time. Their plight may deserve sympathy, but it definitely does not deserve our sympathy. If we were any less powerful, they would have killed us long ago. Just because they are weaker than us, we should sympathize with them. Kindness to the enemy is cruelty to ourselves. Advertisement. Chapter 42 New God. Advertisement. This. Gon Fuer was speechless by Zon Yan's few words. Since you are all here, let me announce something. From today on, this God's Island, as well as the surrounding Sky Island, all belong to the territory of Amazon Lily and my Uchiha clan. And I, Uchiha Xuanyan, am the new god of Sky Island. As Zon Yan said this, an orange-yellow exoskeleton appeared outside his body. In the blink of an eye, Susanoo, the complete body that had just disappeared, appeared again. Then Zon Yan's body began to fly. It's flying. Flying is a power that humans long for, so they use various powers to fly, but they have never seen humans being able to fly with their own power. Zon Yan waved the knife lightly in his hand. A slash was sent out, and the dense clouds in the sky were chopped open in an instant, as if the entire sky was split in half by Zon Yan. Heaven. The sky was split in half. Everyone was extremely shocked when they saw this scene, and they couldn't help but think of one word in their hearts at this moment. God. Compared to the god Enel, the power displayed by Zon Yan is more in line with people's imagination of gods. How come? Almost all the Sandians slumped on the ground in despair. In front of Zon Yan's mighty power, their strength was not worth mentioning at all. Zon Yan lifted Susanoo and she flew into the air. I will be the god of Sky Island from now on. I will not want to destroy this place like Enel. A magical place like Sky Island is still very interesting. To be honest, I don't particularly mind this so-called island of God. If necessary, I can move more islands to the sky at any time. But that would be too troublesome. Forget it, just make do with it. From now on, this island will still be called the Island of Gods. You two tribes will manage this place. If you want to fight, you can fight. If you want to fight, you can kill. I don't mind at all, and I'm not interested either. I took all this gold away. If you want to take it back, then go to Qinghai to find me. I think at that time, there will be no one in the whole world who does not know my name, Uchiha Xuanyan. Advertisement. When Zon Yan said this, he had already landed on the altar of the Golden Bell. The altar slowly flew up and landed on Enel's spaceship. Everyone in the Nine Snakes also quickly landed on the spaceship. The spacecraft also began to slowly lift off and fly outward. Gone 4, Wappa and others were a little confused. What was going on? The other party defeated Enel, occupied this place, and declared himself the new god. In the end, he turned around and left, taking Enel and the useless gold with him. The Golden Bell is the symbol of Shantora, but for the Sandians, this land is their most important hometown. The Sandians all had mixed emotions at this time. They just returned to their hometown. They had worked hard for 400 years, fought hard for 400 years, sacrificed countless people, and now they came back so easily. Bang! Only Wappa punched the ground unwillingly. Damn it, I will definitely take back the Golden Bell. Quote. Everyone else is silent. Take back. How to take it back? What is the difference between the power shown by that person just now and a real god? Wanting to kill that person is no different from the difficulty of killing a real god. They had offended that person just now, and now they are still alive and have saved their lives. To be honest, they are already people of Sky Island, and they have no interest in gold. This land is the treasure, and the other party actually let them do it so easily. When they returned to this land, they were actually very grateful to Zon Yan. On the ship, Zon Yan and others, who had achieved their goal, set off to return. Why don't you kill all those guys? Hancock asked Zon Yan doubtfully. In her opinion, those who offended her should all turn into stone. In fact, she had planned to do that before. It can be done, but it's not necessary. A little favor that is not needed at all is enough to make those people grateful. Why not do it? What's more, if there is a need in the future, it would be good to have more people at my disposal. Population is a major productivity, there is no need to kill the goose to lay eggs. He has no interest in the gods, but he still wants to declare that place as his territory, so that it will be justifiable to go back in the future. After a while, the boat landed on the sea again. Returning to the sea again made everyone feel relieved. The sky was still too floating, but the sea and people were more stable. Seeing a boat full of gold, everyone was excited. Every time the Nine Snakes group went out to get a box of gold, they made a lot of money. How had they ever seen so much gold? Advertisement. This gold can make the entire country rich. With so much gold, if it weren't for Zon Yan's light and heavy rock technique, the Nine Snakes group could only stare and not take it away. You give me a phone bug that can talk to you, and give me a permanent record pointer for Amazon Lily. What are you going to do? I want to go for a walk and see the world. I also have some things to deal with. The last time he just discovered the pirate world, he didn't stay there for long. After all, a war was about to start in Konoha village. Naturally, he wanted to take a nice stroll when he came to this world this time. Shisui immediately said, I want to go too. Itachi didn't say anything, but it was obvious that he wanted to hang out with Zon Yan. The two of them were 11 and 14 years old, and it was their first time in the new world, so they were naturally very curious about this world. You escort the gold back first. The target of the gold is too conspicuous and will definitely attract the attention of others. It is best to cover it with a black cloth and take the calm belt back to Nine Snakes Island. After escorting the gold back, you can come and find it. If there weren't more important things to do, he would definitely escort the gold back personally, but it would be no problem if Shisui and Itachi were there. With the combat power of the 2+ Empress Hancock, there will be almost no problems unless the Admiral and 4 Emperors take action. Hancock also wanted to go out with Zon Yan, but she couldn't tell her because she had to escort Huang Jin back. Moreover, she had been out for a while and had to go back to the island to visit. As a result, he could only let out a cold snort in dissatisfaction. Humph. Then give a phone bug and permanent pointer to Zon Yan. Zon Yan put away the phone bug and the permanent pointer, put Enel in the package, then tapped his toes and flew out of the ship. He waved his hands to everyone on the boat. Everyone. See you later. Vice Captain. Goodbye. You have to come back soon. Master Vice Captain. I want to give birth to a monkey for you. Zon Yan was startled and almost fell into the sea. Ha ha ha, comma. Advertisement. Chapter 43. You were so lucky. Advertisement. Zon Yan staggered and flew away. He was still just a child. These women were too hungry to be selective about food. Seeing Zon Yan's frightened look, all the female warriors of the Nine Snakes laughed happily. After this voyage and these days of getting along, they found that Xuanyan people were very easy to get along with and very charming. The female warriors of the Nine Snakes regiment now completely regard Zon Yan as their deputy commander and admire Zon Yan extremely. Who can get so much gold in a short period of time, and how many can have the combat power of a deputy captain? Amazon Lily regards strength as beauty, and Zon Yan is the most beautiful man in their eyes at this time. It is not a lie to want to have a baby with Zon Yan. If Zon Yan agrees, they will rush forward and push Zon Yan down without hesitation. Amazon Lily believes that children born to strong people are also strong. Zon Yan is so strong, the child must not be weak either. Gaia Island Mogu Town. This town can be said to be a town built by pirates with money. The pirates spend money like water and money, and fighting and killing are commonplace. But there is a less famous rule, that is, they rarely harm civilians. After all, without civilians, it is not a good thing to have money and not be able to enjoy it. The most important thing is that this island seems to be ownerless, but in fact it does. Injuring civilians on the island also means slapping the owner in the face, and suffering retaliation will not be worth the loss. Zon Yan walked on the street holding the package, looking for the target he was looking for. Suddenly, a man let out a scream and fell off his horse in front of Zon Yan. Cough, cough. The man who fell to the ground spit out a few mouthfuls of blood. He looked like he was terminally ill and might pass away at any time. Little brother, please, help me up, please. No help. Zan Yan simply said Kaido. This was a taboo in the previous life. You can ask me to help fight 120. It's okay to ask me to help others. It's impossible. Why? I didn't knock him down, why should I help him? Quote. Duque looked at Zan Yan, and the atmosphere suddenly felt awkward. At this time, a man came over and helped Duque onto his horse. Advertisement. That's it. Oh, that's great, he is such a kind person. It's not like some people have no love at all. Poison Q said, taking out a basket of apples and handing them to the visitor. Be careful, have one. Ah, it's an apple, thanks. The visitor reached out, grabbed one and quickly put it into his mouth to eat. A green algae head with 3 knives on his waist said quickly, hey. Don't eat, don't eat. How can you do this with such unknown origin? Boom. The house not far behind him suddenly exploded. What's wrong? What's wrong? Ah, there was a strange man who gave them apples just now. After they ate the apples, all 5 of them exploded. Damn it, it's so inhumane. The store is so miserable. How come? The orange-haired girl was startled when she heard this, and then quickly grabbed Luffy's neck and shouted in a panic. Luffy. Spit it out. Spit out the apple you just ate. Already swallowed. Zoro immediately prepared to draw his sword. Hole. What do you mean? Ha. Ahem, don't worry, he's fine. If you win the exploding apple, you will be shattered into pieces in the first bite. Ha. That guy got through safely. Quote. Brother. Ha. Ahem, you are so lucky. Then Duque looked at Zan Yan, and this cold and heartless little brother, you are also very lucky. Zan Yan looked at Poison Q and smiled and said, yes. I also think my luck is very good. Poison Q is here, which proves that Blackbeard is also here, so it will be much easier for him this time. And actually met Luffy, Zoro and Nami by chance. These 3 characters were his favorite characters when he first watched One Piece, but he never expected that he would meet them so quickly. After all, there are some differences between living people and anime, but the difference is not big. The most important thing is the feeling. Nami is a young, beautiful and energetic girl, and Zoro and Luffy also feel very similar to anime. Duque was a little panicked by Zan Yan's eyes. He felt that the young man was a little nervous, so he quickly rode away. Zan Yan glanced at Luffy and the other 2, then smiled and moved on. Advertisement. Luffy was stunned when he saw Zan Yan. Nami said to Luffy, what are you looking at? It's time for us to go. That person. Do you know? No, I don't know him. Then let's go, I don't want to encounter this kind of thing again. After a while, Zan Yan walked into a bar and saw the target he was looking for, Blackbeard. Zan Yan dragged the package to the bar next to Blackbeard and sat down, taking a look at the menu. Boss, let me have a Sakura peach pie and a beer. Not long after Zan Yan sat down, Luffy and 3 others came in and sat next to Zan Yan. They came to have something to eat and inquire about Sky Island. Bang. Blackbeard and Luffy banged on the table together. Huh, what's wrong? Luffy. This Sakura peach pie is so delicious. Blackbeard. This Sakura peach pie is so delicious. Zan Yan. General. Blackbeard and Luffy both looked to their sides in surprise. Ah, it's you. What a coincidence. Not really. After all, this town is so big. Cheers to our chance encounter. After saying that, he ignored Zan Yan and drank it all in one gulp. Luffy. Why does this glass of wine taste so good? Blackbeard. Why does this drink taste so bad? Zan Yan. Ordinary. Is your tongue broken? Is your brain broken? Advertisement. Chapter 44 Dream. Advertisement. Luffy and Blackbeard glared at each other. The bar owner said, I'm not a chef, so everything is fine. Luffy said, Uncle, I want to buy 50 pieces of meat as a gift. Blackbeard followed up and said, Uncle, I want to buy 51 pieces of Sakura peach pie as a gift. Ah, my meat is changed to 52 pieces. Unlucky, my pie has been changed to 53 yuan. No, the meat will be changed to 54 pieces. The pie will be changed to 55 yuan. 60 pieces of meat. Send 79 yuan. 80 yuan. 100 yuan. You want to fight? Luffy and Blackbeard both rolled up their sleeves and wanted to have a fight. Zoro complained. Please, what's the fuss about? Nami couldn't help but lost his temper and shouted. Luffy, you promised me. Besides, we don't have money to buy so much meat. Because we are not here to purchase it. Blackbeard looked at Luffy and smiled. You are a pirate. Right, bounty. 30 million berry. 30 million. Just you. You don't even make a draft when you lie. You big liar. I'm not lying, everything I said is true. Hey, fighting is strictly prohibited in my store. Big man, take your things and leave quickly. The boss handed Blackbeard 50 bucks of Sakura peach pie. HMPH. Blackbeard didn't bother to continue arguing with Luffy. He picked up the Sakura peach pie and prepared to leave the bar, and Zan Yan also prepared to follow. Sudden, a man came in at the door, and the people in the bar were startled when they saw the man. As the Straw Hat Pirate here. It's Bellamy. Everyone couldn't help but look at Luffy when they heard Bellamy's words. Luffy was the only one wearing a straw hat here. Oh, are you the Luffy with the straw hat whose head is worth 30 million? Advertisement. Luffy looked at Bellamy carelessly. What are you doing? Zoro warned. Someone with bad intentions, Luffy. Hey, is that Bellamy the guy who booked that hotel just now? Nami whispered that they were looking for a quiet place just now, but were told that the place was already booked, so they came here. Did you hear that? That kid in the straw hat is actually worth 30 million. That kid, real or fake? Before, Luffy said that he was worth 30 million, but others didn't care at all, because there were pirates here and there were so many people talking big words, and he was just a brat, how could he be worth 30 million? Bellamy walked to where Zan Yan was just now and said to the boss, I want the most expensive wine. See what this kid likes, give him a drink too. Okay. At this time, another group of people broke into the bar. What happened? This store is smelly and dirty. How can you stay in a place like this? And they sell the cheapest rum. Darling, the seats are actually full. I saw many people in the visitors' tavern looking unhappy. These people were notorious even on this island full of pirates. Swish. The long-haired man who took the lead took out a knife that looked like a dog's leg and chopped several people down and then sat down in each other's seats. Why don't you give up your seat quickly when you see me? You're so shameless. What? Are they trying to do something big in this store again? Stop meddling in other people's business and drink. Hee hee. Pirates are a group of people with a mentality of not caring about their own affairs. The person who was just killed was not one of their own, so they don't care at all. Here, it's been a long wait. The boss placed 2 glasses of wine in front of Bellamy and Luffy. Come on, drink. Oh, thank you. What? He is a good person. Luffy picked up the glass and started drinking, without noticing a big hand appearing behind his head. Luffy. Boom. Bellamy pushed Luffy's head against the bar, and the bar broke into pieces. Wow, it's really a fight. Although they had known for a long time that Bellamy, a guy known as a hunting dog, always liked to stir up trouble, there was definitely no good thing coming to Luffy this time. PFF'd ha 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 ha. It's really you, Bellamy. Ha 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 ha. The great sword Sakis laughed when he saw this. Advertisement. There was a knife in front of Bellamy's neck, it was Zoro, he couldn't help but draw the knife. Bellamy looked at Zoro, frowned, and said with a ferocious smile, what do you want to do? Little b asterisk 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 d. I should be the one asking you. Nami quickly stopped. Zoro, wait a minute. We haven't heard anything. Stop blabbering. I'm just accepting the provocation. At this time, Luffy also stood up and wiped the bloodline from the corner of his mouth. Very good, you have the guts. Did you hear that? Those little devils want to fight Bellamy. Wahahahaha. Fight, fight. Bellamy laughed arrogantly. Ha ha ha. This is not a fight. This is a test. Come on, let me see how much you weigh. Luffy, wait. Nami quickly asked the boss. Uncle, we want to go to Sky Island. Do you know any relevant clues? Please tell us how to get to Sky Island. Quote. The bars were quiet. Immediately afterwards, everyone in the bar burst into laughter. Wahahahaha. Ha 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 ha. Sky Island. Wahahaha. Spare me. What's so funny? Look, the record pointer is indeed pointing to the sky. Nami pointed at the record pointer on her wrist to prove herself in panic and embarrassment. Remember, the record pointer is indeed pointing to the sky. Hey. That means your record pointer is broken. Nami's face turned red when she heard this. Ha 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 ha. Bellamy smiled and said, Hey, I really can't stand you. Where are you country bumpkins from? Do you believe in that old legend? Why are there islands in the sky? Ha ha ha. What era are you from? The mysteries of the ever-changing ocean currents on the Great Route have now been solved one by one, and the soaring ocean current is one of them. It seems that you don't even know anything about this. Countless ships were swallowed up by the current, piled up in the air, and then fell from the air into the sea. In the past, when those ignorant navigators saw the ship falling, they made up Sky Island out of thin air, saying that there must be another world in the sky. There is a reason behind any strange phenomenon, haha. The reason for the so-called dream is now revealed. What a disappointment. I originally wanted to test you and make you a crew member of the new era. I didn't expect you to be a delusional idiot. Listen, the pirate's dream of treasure hunting is over. Advertisement. Chapter 45 I came to find you. Advertisement. Golden Land, Emerald City, the great secret treasure, One Piece. Quote. There are always some fools who are blinded by the treasure dream and turn a blind eye to the immediate interests. You obviously have the strength to dominate this ocean, but you die for the sake of vain illusions. Those idiots who died will be said like this, that guy lived in a dream and was happy from beginning to end. Ha ha ha, this is a huge irony of the bereaved dog. Just seeing those idiots daydreaming makes me sick to the point of vomiting. Bellamy picked up the bottle and smashed it directly on Luffy's head. Luffy, it's because of weak guys like you that delay the retreat of us real pirates. Then, a wine glass was thrown over and hit Luffy. Hey, Bugs, get out of here. Don't stink our wine. Bellamy is right, he. Get out. Disappear from this town, more people threw food and bottles. Ha ha ha, Bellamy, everyone can't wait, let's perform now. Ha ha, I would rather obey orders than be respectful, ha 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 ha. Nami urged. Luffy, Zoro, if we don't fight now, we'll wait until later. Knock those bastards out. Luffy said expressionlessly. Zoro, this fight must not be fought. The people who came with Bellamy started to beat up Luffy and Zoro, but Luffy and Zoro didn't fight back at all. Seeing this scene, Zan Yan shook his head helplessly. What a bunch of idiots. Advertisement. There are many types of pirates. Those who have no bottom line will kill and plunder wantonly. Those who have a certain bottom line will not take action against civilians. They will take action against pirates, marines, and some official forces of the country. There are also pirates like Luffy and others who focus on finding big secret treasures and taking risks. But no matter what it is, Zan Yan will never get used to it if he dares to attack him. Is it true to adopt the doctrine of non-resistance? It sounds good, but in fact it means weakness, no self-esteem, timidity, and only unrealistic daydreams. To put it bluntly, he is a coward. That's right. Bellamy lost interest and stood up and came to Luffy and Zoro. No more fun, no more fun. I didn't expect that the wanted criminal with a reward of 30 million yuan that I wanted to meet would be such a useless thing. Is there anything more disappointing than this in the world? PFF'd. Bellamy sprayed wine on Zoro and Luffy's faces. Hey, get away from me, it's such an eyesore. The two men knocked Zoro and Luffy to the ground. Luffy, Zoro, Saki's teased Nami. Girl, if you work with those guys, you will never get ahead. Why don't you give me some money and come with me instead? Make an offer. Nami refused unceremoniously. You little bastards, I don't even care. What a woman who doesn't know her own abilities. Wow ha. It turns out they are all fools. The mocking laughter echoed throughout the tavern, and Luffy, Zoro and Nami were all silent in response. Take those two people and disappear quickly. While they still have breath, you little bastards. Don't let me see you again. Nami grabbed Luffy and Zoro's clothes and dragged them out of the bar without saying a word. She really couldn't figure out why Luffy and Zoro didn't resist. They could easily defeat the guys in the bar. Sudden, a voice said, Sky Island does exist. Nami looked over and saw Blackbeard, who had just argued with Luffy in the bar, sitting on the ground, eating Sakura peach pie. You were the one just now. Ha. The Sakura peach pie here is truly unparalleled. Little girl, what else can't you figure out? It was obvious that these two people won the fight just now. Advertisement. You have a great mouth. What a brave woman. Ha. Luffy and Zoro also stood up slowly at this time. The new era. Those guys have in the air is just a piece of shit. Quote. The era of pirate treasure hunting is over. Ha. A man's dream. It won't end. Am I right? When people around him saw Blackbeard laughing and talking crazy things, they all suspected that there was something wrong with Blackbeard's head. Blackbeard completely ignored the opinions of the people around him. Bullying people doesn't necessarily make you happy. As long as you lock your target, if people want to laugh, let them laugh. It's not necessary to use your fists in a fight. Ha. At this time, a voice sounded and said, Sky Island does exist, but some self-righteous people at the bottom don't know it at all. It's you. Nami also saw clearly that the person speaking was the young man from before. Do you know where Sky Island is? Well, I know, but I can only tell you that Sky Island exists. As for where it is, you can find it yourself, otherwise you will lose the fun of exploring, right? As for those people, they are just a group of frogs in a well who think they have seen everything. Bellamy and others heard Blackbeard's laughter before, and they all came out to see what was going on, just in time to hear Zan Yan say this. Hey, brat, what did you say? How dare you say that to Brother Bellamy? The two minions were immediately ready to rush over and teach Zan Yan a lesson. Zan Yan just glanced at the two people. Plop. The two people fell to the ground. Zan Yan looked at Bellamy and the others. The bloody Sharingan looked so oppressive that Bellamy and the others couldn't help but hold their breath. I'm not here for you idiots. Zan Yan looked at Blackbeard. I'm here to find you, Blackbeard. Advertisement. Chapter 46. The Black Eats the Black. Advertisement. Blackbeard was stunned when he heard Zan Yan's words and came to find him. He was not famous yet. The only one who knew him was the Whitebeard Pirates, but he knew everyone in the Whitebeard Pirates. He had never seen such a kid before. Who are you? Blackbeard looked at Zan Yan warily. Just by looking at Zan Yan's eyes, he knew that this boy was probably not of an ordinary race. My name is Uchiha Xuanyan, let's find a place to talk. Hey, brat, do you think you can walk out of here easily? If you dare to laugh at me, Uncle Bellamy, go to hell. He was Bellamy, a hunting dog with a bounty of 55 million. How could he be frightened by an unknown kid who appeared out of nowhere? Spring sniper. Bellamy's legs turned into springs, and with a forceful spring, he rushed towards Zan Yan. Bellamy clenched his fist and pointed at Zan Yan. Zan Yan raised a finger and pointed it accurately on Bellamy's fist, blocking Bellamy's fist. What? Bellamy was surprised that the opponent was able to block his attack with one finger. Zan Yan's hand appeared in front of Bellamy's forehead and flicked it. Call out. Boom boom boom. Bellamy flew backwards and smashed rows of houses. When he stopped, his eyes turned white and he passed out. He lost consciousness the first moment he was hit by Zan Yan, so he didn't even have time to scream. Issue. Wah, I only used one finger. Bellamy was killed so easily. Who is this guy? Advertisement. The surrounding pirates were frightened, and Luffy and others also looked at Zan Yan in surprise. It was so powerful to knock Bellamy down with just one finger and cause so much damage. So strong. Zoro looked at Zan Yan with a serious expression, such strength was too strong. As a swordsman, he naturally noticed the sword at Zan Yan's waist early. This man was definitely a powerful swordsman. In his heart, he wanted to challenge Zan Yan, but he had been beaten so badly, and the pressure on Zan Yan's finger was too great. The feeling was almost the same as facing Hawkeye, the world's best swordsman. No, it's super strong. Luffy was also a little eager to fight Zan Yan, but there seemed to be no reason to fight. Blackbeard was a little wary when he heard that Zan Yan was here to find him, but now he saw that Zan Yan could beat Bellamy away so easily. This kind of strength is not ordinary. Let's go and find a place to chat. Tisk ha ha ha. Then let's go to my boat and have a chat. After Blackbeard finished speaking, he turned and left. After a while, Zan Yan followed Blackbeard to the vicinity of Blackbeard's pirate ship. Hey, Captain, what are you doing? Is this our new member? Is he a little too young? Van Oka, the sniper of the Blackbeard pirates, was sitting on Blackbeard's ship. Cough, cough. Captain, you're back. The poisonous Q that Zan Yan met before was also there at this time. Blackbeard's ship is made of several large logs and looks very shabby. The future four emperors is obviously in the early stages of starting a business and life is still somewhat difficult. Tisk ha ha ha. Don't underestimate him just because he is young. He is very powerful. Uchiha Xuanyan, although I don't know how you know my name, I will still extend an invitation to you to join us. Let's conquer the world together. Sorry, I'm not interested in conquering the world. Wahahahaha. Captain, you were rejected. Ha 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 ha. Blackbeard, the burly badgers, couldn't help but laugh when he saw Zan Yan's refusal. Advertisement. Blackbeard didn't care. Tisk ha ha ha, what do you want from me? Zan Yan poured out the enel from the package in his hand. Several people were a little confused, why did this guy bring someone here? I need this guy's devil fruit. The smile on Blackbeard's face faded slightly when he heard this. How did the other party know that he could take someone else's devil fruit? But it was meaningless to ask. Blackbeard asked casually, what devil fruit did this guy eat? Zan Yan replied calmly, Logia devil fruit, thunder fruit. What? Zan Yan's words were like thunder in the other party's ears. Then everyone who looked at Enel showed greedy expressions, even Blackbeard. He is the man who has memorized all the devil fruit illustrations. Logia devil fruit is known as the strongest species. Naval Headquarters 3 Admiral are all Logia demon fruit power. Thunder fruit is also one of the strongest ones among Logia, and can be called one of the invincible devil fruits. He didn't expect that one day such a powerful devil fruit would be delivered to him. Blackbeard couldn't help laughing wildly. Tisk ha 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 ha. I'm so lucky to get Logia's thunder fruit. Awesome. Now my dream of becoming the Pirate King is one step closer. Zan Yan couldn't help but interrupt Blackbeard's fantasy. Hey, I didn't say I would give you the devil fruit. I asked you to take out his devil fruit and give it to me. Blackbeard looked at Zan Yan with a smile on his face. Who can prove that this is yours? Now he belongs to me. Zan Yan curled his lips. Really, I know you pirates are greedy by nature, but no matter how greedy you are, it depends on who the opponent is. Since I dare to come to you alone, I am naturally prepared to be attacked. Advertisement. Chapter 47 Zan Yan vs. Black Group. Advertisement. Fan Oka's gun was immediately aimed at Zan Yan, and the others were also ready to attack Zan Yan. Tisk ha ha ha, who in the world wouldn't be tempted by an ability like Thunder Fruit? Well, that's true. To be honest, I was a little embarrassed just now. After all, I have a small face. Now that you are all planning to steal my things, it is reasonable for me to do it, right? Bang. Fan Oka took the lead in shooting a bullet at Zan Yan. Zan Yan raised 2 fingers to clamp the bullet. What? Blackbeard and others were surprised that they actually caught the bullet fired by Van Oka with their bare hands. Go to hell. Bacchus lifted a huge stone and threw it towards Zan Yan. Zan Yan stood there and caught the huge stone with one hand. Back to you. The huge stone was thrown back by Zan Yan. Bacchus stood there and opened his arms to catch the stone. However, when he caught the stone, he felt the impact of the stone. Can't catch it. Wah! Bacchus screamed and flew backwards along with the stone. Boom boom boom. I don't know how many buildings were smashed into pieces, and everyone near the dock screamed and ran away. Bang bang bang. Fan Oka shot at Zan Yan continuously, and Zan Yan moved his body to dodge all the bullets. Zan Yan appeared in front of Fan Oka and grabbed Fan Oka's spear. With a strong tug, the gun fell into Zan Yan's hand. Zan Yan flicked it and the butt of the spear hit Fan Oka's face. Fan Oka screamed and his body flew out. Boom boom boom. Several more houses were smashed into pieces. Zan Yan glanced at Duqiu, who was immediately startled. Fire-style Great Fireball Technique. Advertisement. A huge Great Fireball with a diameter of about 4 meters was spit out from Zan Yan's mouth. Boom. The Great Fireball exploded and drowned Poison Q. After the smoke dissipated, Duqiu and his horse lay motionless on the ground. Oka, badgers, Poison Q. Blackbeard's expression also changed. He did not expect that the powerful crew he had gathered would be defeated by Zan Yan in an instant. Hateful, dark. Blackbeard releases the ability of Dark Fruit, and his body emits rich black energy. Kid, no matter who you are, you will be unlucky if you find me. Dark acupoint. Blackbeard pressed his palms on the ground, and the black energy around his body spread quickly, engulfing everything around him, and Zan Yan was also covered in darkness. Tisk ha 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 ha. Although I don't know where you are from, if you fall into my secret hole, you will be finished. The so-called darkness is gravity. Can attract all power. Even the light of meaning is not immune. Quote. It's infinite gravity. The gravity of darkness will compress objects with infinite force until they are crushed. You will be crushed to pieces by this gravity. Zan Yan was surrounded by darkness, but he didn't panic at all. Buzz. A huge energy bomb appeared in Zan Yan's hand, which was the big ball Rasengan. Flying Thunder God has learned it. Will Rasengan Xuanyan miss it? Of course not. Rasengan may seem a bit crude, but this ninjutsu is still very good, especially since it does not require any seals and is very powerful, making it very suitable for fighting. Zan Yan threw the big ball Rasengan towards Blackbeard. Blackbeard was startled when he saw the big ball Rasengan launched by Zan Yan, and immediately raised his palm. Dark water. A black Uzumaki appeared around Blackbeard's palm. Boom. The big ball Rasengan had a violent impact when it hit the black Uzumaki. When the high-density chakra hit the target, its power was released instantly. Even Blackbeard's dark fruit ability could not absorb all of it. Advertisement. Blackbeard was concentrated by this burst of power, and his body was knocked away. It hurts. It hurts me so much. Blackbeard was writhing in pain. It took a while to catch my breath. What kind of power did you just use? Why doesn't my dark water work on you? I am not a demon fruit power, so your fruit power will naturally not work on me. Crack, crack. Zan Yan's body exudes rich energy, and blue-white arcs wrap around Zan Yan's body. Boom. The ground beneath Zan Yan's feet exploded, and his body appeared in front of Blackbeard in an instant. So fast. Blackbeard didn't react at all. Bang. Zan Yan punched Blackbeard in the face. Blackbeard screamed in pain. Then Zan Yan grabbed Blackbeard's face and pushed it towards the ground. Boom. Wah. The ground shook, and a large crater appeared on the ground. Zan Yan raised his legs high and stepped on Blackbeard's belly. Boom. Ooh. The severe pain made Blackbeard's eyes pop out. Zan Yan quickly condensed a Rasengan in his hand and printed it on Blackbeard's back, leaving a special mark on Blackbeard's back. Wah. The double pain made Blackbeard scream. Zan Yan was about to give Blackbeard a few more big-tailed beast bombs. Blackbeard suddenly shouted loudly, I surrender. Advertisement. Chapter 48. Why don't you go and grab it? Advertisement. Zan Yan stopped immediately when he heard this. Wow. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts me to death. Blackbeard was still rolling on the ground in pain, and finally stopped after a while. Breathing heavily. I'm alive. Who are you? Although he is arrogant, he has been in the white group for decades and has never seen any kind of master. Although the other party was young, the strength he had shown over time made him feel that he was almost on par with his father, the strongest man in the world. He had never heard of a guy with such strength at such a young age. He was simply a monster. I told you, my name is Uchiha Xuanyan, who am I? Well, we, the Uchiha clan, are mainly in the security business. The Uchiha clan was originally responsible for protecting the safety of Konoha village. Occasionally, they only went out to eliminate the enemies and protect the village in advance. Therefore, the Uchiha clan was responsible for security. Before, he was a little worried about what the Uchiha clan would do in this world. It's actually good to be a marine. In the future, the three admirals of the naval headquarters may be him, Shisui, and Itachi. The three brothers of the Uchiha clan became the three admirals. This is simply a legend. The Uchiha clan will definitely become a legendary family. It's actually okay to be a pirate. Fight for world domination, and the winner is king. But after all, it is somewhat inconsistent with the style of the Uchiha clan. The ninja village is all about accepting tasks, completing tasks, and getting rewards. In fact, they don't have much interest in competing for hegemony. Now, let's set up a security company to be mainly responsible for security, so that we won't offend anyone. The world's most powerful security company sounds great. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket ding. Trigger the main quest. The foundation of foothold. Close black lens bracket. Task content. Lead the Uchiha clan to establish the world's strongest security company, and spread the reputation of the Uchiha clan to the entire world. Close black lens bracket. Mission reward. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Close black lens bracket. Tip. Host has reached its own limit. Before host completes the task, it will no longer trigger the main task. Close black lens bracket. The sound of triggering the task sounded, and Zan Yan's heart moved. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, it seemed that this job had to be done. Without him, it's just too much. Security guard. Blackbeard is a little confused. You have such a strong power and you actually work as a security guard. Correction. It's security, not security. Our company is mainly responsible for security work. It can protect items and clients. It is a very great job. Blackbeard's mouth twitched. He was just a security guard, but he saw the dangerous look in Zan Yan's Sharingan eyes and knew that he must not say this. He didn't want to try the pain just now. You have such great strength. Why don't you become a pirate, drink a lot of wine and eat a lot of meat? You have money, power, beauty, everything you want. Blackbeard, Promise that as long as you join my Blackbeard pirates, I will make you my vice captain. Wouldn't it be great to dominate the entire world with me? Zan Yan touched his chin and said, it sounds good, but I still have to refuse. Why? Blackbeard was confused. I don't like fighting and killing. My biggest wish is world peace. Quote. Blackbeard looked confused. Isn't this lying with his eyes wide open? Brother, if you tell lies, just tell lies. As for telling lies, are you telling lies so falsely? Look at this guy on the ground with the power of Thunder Fruit. What has become of this guy? You said you like peace. Advertisement. Since you are a security company, you can also accept my commission. Okay, but can you afford the price? What are the prices of your company? Our company members are divided into 5 levels. The strength of the people in the first level is about the level of a bounty of 50 million berries. The strength of the people in the second level is about the level of a bounty of 100 million berries. The strength of the people in the third level is about 500 million berries. The strength of the people in the fourth level is about 10,100 million. Zan Yan listened to this. What about fifth gear? Blackbeard urged anxiously. 10 billion. Zan Yan said a number that shocked Blackbeard. Blackbeard immediately denied it loudly and said, nonsense. The 4 emperors with the highest bounty are all over 5 billion, how can there be a pirate with a bounty of 100? Zan Yan looked at Blackbeard with a smile. I'm not talking nonsense. You can't even calculate such a simple math problem. If you add 5 billion, isn't it 10 billion? Blackbeard's expression changed. 5 billion is equal to 10 billion. Did this kid mean that the strongest guy in their security company can deal with 4 emperors? Stop joking. Which one do you want? Blackbeard's head turned rapidly. I want the 5th gear. How much does the 5th gear cost? 100 million berry. 100 million berry is not bad, not expensive. 100 million a day. 100 million a day. Why don't you grab it? Zan Yan shook his head and said, we don't bother to do something as unskilled as robbery. Besides, robbing money is not as fast as this. Advertisement. Chapter 49 Thunder Fruit. Advertisement. Quote. The corners of Blackbeard's mouth twitched crazily. He was almost ready to curse, but he managed to hold back. Forget it. I won't hire you. You don't want to hire me anymore. Then get devil fruit out to me quickly. When he heard that he was no longer employed, the expression on Zan Yan's face turned cold to the naked eye. His life was in other people's hands, so Blackbeard had no choice but to follow Zan Yan's orders. After a while, a mysterious-looking devil fruit appeared in Blackbeard's hands. Looking at the thunder fruit in front of him, Blackbeard was filled with greed. This was thunder fruit, the strongest Logia devil fruit. As long as you eat it, you will almost instantly have power comparable to the Admiral of Headquarters. Blackbeard had the urge to eat one bite and ignore the rest. Suddenly, he felt a cold gaze falling on him, giving him a feeling of thorns in his back. When he looked up, he saw Zan Yan's blood-red eyes, and he suddenly woke up. With this kid's level of pervert, even if I eat the thunder fruit now, I will definitely not be a match for this kid. He still has more ambitious goals to achieve, but he can't afford to fall here. Blackbeard gritted his teeth and handed the thunder fruit to Zan Yan. For you. Zan Yan was not surprised at all by this result. Blackbeard was conceited and rash, but he was not a fool. How could a guy who could endure it for decades in Baituan give up his life just for that little impulse? When he really can't beat him, he will bow his head and beg for mercy without hesitation. Zan Yan reached out and grabbed the thunder fruit, admiring it carefully. As this thunder fruit. Advertisement. Ever since I was a kid, when I was watching the One Piece anime, one day I fantasized that I could get a devil fruit. If you eat the devil fruit, you will have magical superpowers. This is what every comic fan who has watched One Piece longs for. Unexpectedly, one day I actually got devil fruit, and it was also the strongest Logia devil fruit, thunder fruit. Eating this devil fruit will give you immense power. Very good. I wish you had cooperated with me earlier. You have to be beaten to be honest. Blackbeard's mouth twitched when he heard this. Forget it, I don't know you the same way. There may be more opportunities for cooperation in the future. More cooperation opportunities. You mean you still want Lousy to get you devil fruit, right? Zan Yan put thunder fruit into his backpack, turned his back to Blackbeard, waved his hand and left. Blackbeard couldn't help shouting. Hey, where can I find you if I need to hire your security company in the future? You'll know later. His security company was not registered, and he did not even have a clue when conducting business. Zan Yan's back slowly disappeared, and Fan Oka, Baka's and Poison Q dared to come over. Captain. Both Du Q and Fan Oka looked a little miserable. Du Q's whole body seemed to have been burned by fire. Fan Oka was hit in the face with the butt of a gun by Zan Yan, and his face was swollen. Baka's seemed to be the least injured, but he was also slightly injured internally by the stone. Originally, this injury was nothing to him. But seeing that Zan Yan easily beat up even their boss, he just pretended to be dead. Facts have proved that his decision was extremely wise. Sorry, Captain, I don't blame you, that little monster is too strong. Advertisement. As Blackbeard, who has seen big scenes and fought with Zan Yan himself, he understands even more how terrifying this brat is. Captain, who is that guy? I don't know. He said his name is Uchiha Schwanyan and he works for a security company. Damn it, the thunder fruit was actually taken away. Hearing Blackbeard's words, several other people were also a little reluctant. That was the most powerful Logia's thunder fruit. But I didn't get my things for free. When I complete my plan, I will make that brat return all his money with interest. Uchiha Xuanyan, I remember you. This is the first time in his life that Blackbeard has suffered such a big loss, and he absolutely cannot let it go. After getting the thunder fruit, Zhan Yan did not stop at Guy Island. It was almost a gathering place for pirates and was smoky, which he didn't like very much. He took a merchant ship and went to the next town. He had loved traveling in his previous life, so naturally he wanted to take a good tour when he came to this world. For half a month, Zhan Yan visited many towns, enjoyed all kinds of beautiful scenery, and ate all kinds of delicious food. Open black lens bracket ding. Main mission. Soaring strength completed. Open black lens bracket get reward. 3 Tomo Sharingan close black lens bracket. When Zhan Yan heard this voice, his face couldn't help but reveal joy. It seems that the family members are not lazy. 100 people have learned the breath of fire in such a short period of time. Soon, a powerful pupil power was injected into Zhan Yan's eyes, and Zhan Yan's eyes absorbed and fused this power. 3 Tomo Sharingan's pupil power was already very good, but now that his Sharingan has almost evolved to its limit, it has become very difficult to improve his pupil power. This is a water grinding process, and you need to constantly polish your Mangekyo Sharingan. It would take him at least half a year to improve the eye power of a pair of 3 Tomo Sharingan. Sudden, another system prompt sounded. Open black lens bracket ding. Main mission. Funds are in short supply completed. Open black lens bracket get reward. Mangekyo Sharingan close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Chapter 50 Infinite Vision. Advertisement. Zhan Yan couldn't help but feel excited when he heard this. Whether it is a single Magatama, a double Magatama or a triple Magatama, he can treat it calmly. After all, the increased pupil power is not too much for him. But Mangekyo Sharingan is different. From San Magatama to Mangekyo, it is a complete qualitative change. After activating Mangekyo Sharingan, you not only have the extremely powerful pupil technique, but you can also use Susanoo. It's not on the same level as San Magatama. It is detected that the host has turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, and the Mangekyo Sharingan reward is converted into pupil power. Close black lens bracket. Suddenly, a terrifying pupil power was transmitted to Zhan Yan's eyes. Zhan Yan felt his eyes sting. After a while, the pupil power was completely integrated, and Zhan Yan felt that his eyes were a little swollen. Zhan Yan involuntarily opened Sharingan and looked around. Zhan Yan suddenly felt that his vision became very different. He can see distant objects more clearly, and with the output of his pupil power, Zhan Yan activates Mangekyo Sharingan. The moment it was almost turned on, Zhan Yan was stunned. This is, all objects in his field of vision were motionless. No, it's not stationary, but moving at a very slow speed. It's like a drop of water falling towards the ground. It originally took about a second to hit the ground, but now in Zhan Yan's opinion, it takes at least tens of thousands of seconds for a drop of water to hit the ground. He had been able to see objects slow down before, but it had never been so clear, as if time was almost blocked. Is my perception slowing down? No, that's not right. It's because my eyesight is better. Zhan Yan maintained this vision and controlled his body movement. Although it seemed a bit slow, it was compared to these still scenes. It looks like an ordinary person moving freely in the straight space of time. Zhan Yan reduced the output of his pupil power, and his vision gradually began to recover. Just now, he felt that 3 to 5 minutes had passed, but in reality, only less than a second had passed. What an amazing acceleration of perception. Zhan Yan felt a little excited at this time. He didn't expect that with the increase in pupil power, his Mangekyo Sharingan could evolve like this. He knew best how awesome that state was just now. Advertisement. Think about it, wouldn't it be easier to attack if the enemy's movements appear to be stationary to you? Let's call this infinite vision from now on. Quote. I didn't expect that there would be such a big harvest. What eternal Mangekyo Sharingan will be like, I'm really looking forward to it. Asterisk. 9 Snakes Island. The Kuja pirates brought back a large amount of gold, which shocked everyone. Whether it was Amazon Lily or the Uchiha clan, when had they ever seen so much gold? The huge golden bell was even regarded as a sacred object and placed in front of 9 Snakes City. In order to make the golden clock more beautiful for everyone to admire, 9 Snakes City is preparing to expand. Enel's spaceship was dismantled on the first day it was brought back. The Uchiha family received most of the gold, and Amazon Lily had no complaints at all, because just one golden bell already exceeded the gold of the entire ship. What's more, the golden clock is no longer simply calculated in gold. The Uchiha clan was also shocked by this sudden wealth. With such a huge amount of gold, everyone in the Uchiha clan was a little trembling. Does this gold really belong to our Uchiha clan? Shisui said. Yes, these are from our Uchiha clan. This is too much. They have been in this world for a while, and they all know that the consumption ratio between berry in this world and theirs is about 1:1. There is so much gold that the Uchiha clan cannot spend all of it. Uchiha Fugaku said. This is all the gold that Zhan Yan got back. Most of the gold is stored in the vault until Zhan Yan comes back to make a decision. A small portion is distributed to each family, which is enough to cover each family's expenses for 3 years. It has only been a little over a month since I arrived in this world, and I already have the salary of the previous 3 years. This is a great joy for everyone in the family. Amazon Lily 9 Snake City. Why, mother-in-law? Plantagenet hurriedly came to find Grandma Z. What's the matter, Plantagenet, so panicked? It's not good. Lady Snake G is suffering from an unexplained illness and is bedridden. What? Advertisement. Disease is a serious thing. No matter how strong you are, it will be useless when facing some difficult diseases. Sister, cheer up, elder sister. Marigolds and palace lanterns were both very anxious. On the hospital bed, Hancock looked pitiful and uncomfortable. So sad. My mother-in-law came in a hurry. What's the situation? Amazon Lily's doctor said. She kept pressing her chest. There may be an abnormality in the heart, but it's not certain yet. I have never seen this kind of symptom. I don't know what medicine to prescribe. Plantagenet added. Lord Snake Princess looks very painful, and she still hasn't gotten any water yet. Quote. Grandma Z looked at Shiji's appearance and suddenly felt a little familiar. When did this happen? Marigold said. On the way back, my sister had a little loss of appetite. She always looked at the phone bug in a daze, but nothing happened. But after returning here, it suddenly became serious. Grandma Z slapped her forehead. So that's it. What kind of evil has been done? Although I had a premonition for a long time, but. Do you know what the disease is? Why, mother-in-law, I'm so sad. Will I die? Oh, I'm going to die. Marigold's expression immediately changed when she heard this. What? Stop joking, mother-in-law. The late emperor also died from this disease, so did the previous emperors. In fact, I also left my hometown because of the same disease, so I was able to save my life. Sudden, puff, the phone bug's voice rang. Hancock, who was already seriously ill, instantly sat up and took out the phone bug to answer it. The phone bug turned into something similar to Zon Yan's face. Hey, is this Lady Snake? Hancock said softly and shyly, it's my concubine. Advertisement. Chapter 51. The Empress ran away. Advertisement. Everyone around was shocked when they saw Hancock's expression. They had never seen Lord Snake Princess look like this before. Lord Snake G, has she arrived safely? Well, I just came back not long ago. As long as it's safe, could you please Snake Princess to help call our clan leader and Shisui and Itachi? Hancock said to Gorse without hesitation. Gorse, go and invite the Uchiha clan leader, Shisui and Itachi. Yes, Plantagenet immediately executed the order. Then Hancock said softly, I have arranged for someone to go and invite him. Thank you. Where are you now? Why haven't you come back yet? Hancock looked like a young wife complaining that her husband didn't come home. I still have some things to deal with, and I can't go back yet. That's right. The expression on Hancock's face suddenly became extremely disappointed. If you want to come out and play, you can come to me. Is it really possible? Hancock's eyes lit up. There's nothing wrong with this. That gold is enough for Amazon Lily to spend for 100 years. The most important thing now is to improve the strength. With the help of the breathing method, I believe it won't take long to cultivate a group of powerful warriors. As for safety, our leader of the Uchiha clan is not a vegetarian. Generally Shichibukai will not be his opponent. If someone really attacks, I can rush back quickly. Zon Yan seems to be traveling on various islands these days, and at the same time he is also burying coordinates on each island. Some things may not be used in his lifetime, but he must not live without them. Those who have learned the Flying Thunder God technique all have a special hobby, which is to check coordinates everywhere. At this time, swish. Uchiha Fugaku, Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi all appeared in the palace. Lord Snake Princess, Uchiha Xuanyan comes to see you for something. Zon Yan. He didn't see where Zon Yan was. Advertisement. Zon Yan's voice came from the phone. I am Zon Yan, the leader of the clan. The gold has arrived. Here we are. You found the gold. I'll wait for you to come back and arrange it. I arrange it. What can I arrange? It's up to the clan leader to decide. But I can make some suggestions. The elders in the family arrange monthly pensions. If there are new students in the family, a certain amount of rewards will be given. The school it must also be built to allow all school-age students on Nine Snake Island to attend classes with free education, food and accommodation. As for the young people in the family, I plan to arrange some jobs for them. After all, no matter how much gold you have, it is limited. You still have to work. And if you don't work and stay around, they will be left idle. What job? It's like the original work of the village, but it's a little different. I plan to set up a security company, called Uchiha Security Company. Security Company. Uchiha Fugaku's eyes lit up when he heard this. I got some information about the world from my mother-in-law. As a result, he became even more confused. In this world, apart from world government, there were pirates. As a well-informed clan leader, he understands that not all pirates can be seen as pirates. This is simply due to the different values of the times. Heroes in the war era, if they are born at the wrong time, become murderous criminals. For example, Amazon Lily where they are located is defined as a pirate force by the world government. As the clan leader, he is also worried about the family's livelihood these days. The security company proposed by Zon Yan is the most suitable for the current situation of the Uchiha clan. It is impossible to stand on this ocean without conflict with others. When setting up a security company, it is even easier to have conflicts with others, but security is the first priority. Even if there is a conflict, it will not affect the reputation. Zon Yan, please do all these things according to your wishes. If you need to send someone, you can inform us at any time. The young people in the family are a little impatient. These days, family members are practicing very hard, breath of fire, armament hockey and observation hockey. Some family members with relatively good talents have already made some achievements in practice. They heard that there are countless treasures for powerful people on the sea. At first, they didn't believe it. After seeing the pirate group bring back so much gold, they completely believed it. They were all eager to try it. Now they are very eager to go to sea. Let them practice well. If they are not good enough, it will bring shame to the Uchiha clan. When the company is established, I will go back and evaluate them. Only the top 10 will join the company. Uchiha Fugaku smiled when he heard this. Those brats won't be able to sleep now. Shisui, Itachi, you two bring some funds to the Seven Waters capital. I plan to buy a boat here and some supplies along the way. Advertisement. Okay. Brother Schwanyan. Shisui has long been tempted to hang out with her, and so has Itachi. Okay. If there's nothing else to do, I'll hang up now. Thank you very much, Lady Snake. Hancock said gently. You're welcome, I'll be happy if I can help you. The mother-in-law and others were a little confused. When had the Empress ever spoken in such a gentle tone? Goodbye, goodbye. The communication was hung up, the phone bug returned to its original appearance, and the Empress also returned to her original appearance. The Empress looked at Uchiha Fugaku and said, from today on, Chief Uchiha Fugaku will serve as the Protector General of Amazon Lily, responsible for protecting the safety of Amazon Lily. Uchiha Fugaku was stunned. He didn't expect that he would actually become the Protector General. Although he was just a small Amazon Lily's Protector General, he did the same job as the Konoha village guard. But this is undoubtedly a position of real power, belonging to the top management of Amazon Lily. Subordinates take orders. Asterisk. In the evening, a scream rang out in Nine Snakes City. What's wrong? What happened? Many soldiers protecting the country ran in. Plantagenet said anxiously. It's not good, Snake Lady. Lord Snake Lady. What's wrong with sister? Marigold asked anxiously. Her sister was not in good health these days, and she had been seriously ill before. She finally fell asleep and rested. She was very worried that something would happen to her sister. Snake. Sir Snake G. Snake G Sama. She ran away. Advertisement. Chapter 52 The Capital of Seven Waters. Advertisement. What? Everyone was frightened when they heard this. Where did Master Shiji go? Marigold took out a piece of paper and saw what was written on it. I'm looking for Zan Yan. You don't need to look for me. If you look for me, you will never go back with you. Marigold asked doubtfully. Why is my sister going to see Deputy Captain Zan Yan? Is there something important? Gong Dengua said quickly. No. We must find my sister. My sister is still sick. At this time, a voice sounded. It looks like I guessed it right. What's going on now? What the hell? Grandma Z raised her head and looked at everyone and said with a serious face, Shiji is suffering from lovesickness. The deaths of the late emperors were falling in love and unable to extricate themselves. Quote. There is an old saying in East Blue, love is like a storm, it comes when you say it will come. They had all heard that the emperors of Amazon Lily could hardly escape the curse of love, but they never expected that even Lady Snake was in love. It can melt the iceberg of Shiji. Uchiha Schwanyan is indeed a man who cannot be underestimated. She is a fortune teller and has better premonitions than others. From the first time she looked at the other person, she had a feeling in her heart, or it was called telepathy. Are golden scales just a thing in the pond? They transform into dragons when the storm strikes. His future achievements are absolutely limitless. This son can only be a friend, not an enemy. When she came back this time, she also heard about Uchiha Schwanyan's performance, which indirectly proved her suspicion. On a small boat leaving Nine Snake Island. Advertisement. Lord Shiji, are you a little too rash to leave us like this? Shisui said to the person in front of him with a headache. Not long ago, he and Itachi set off after getting ready, but unexpectedly, there was another person. He insisted on going with them and ordered them to leave quickly. In desperation, he could only take her away with him. Now that I think about it, it seems that I have been in trouble because the Empress of Amazon Lily was taken away by me. The women at Amazon Lily will definitely be anxious when they find out. Although he was a traitor, he was also an accomplice in helping the Empress escape. The Empress took off the hood of her cloak, revealing her stunningly beautiful face. Don't worry, this is my decision. I have already told them, and they will definitely forgive me, because, yes, that's right, it's all because I am so beautiful. Quote. Shisui and Itachi looked at each other. Forget it, let Brother Schwanyan handle all these troublesome matters. They only need to be responsible for ensuring that nothing happens to the Empress. Brother Zan Yan's charm is something even the Empress can't resist. Asterisk. Toot toot. The card clicks. A train was speeding on the vast sea, and the water was constantly being separated. Zan Yan was sitting on the train, sipping coffee and looking at the beautiful scenery outside the window. Everything seemed so comfortable. On the table in front of Zan Yan, in a small backpack, was the famous Logia devil fruit, thunder fruit, the strongest species. Since getting the thunder fruit, he has wanted to eat the thunder fruit several times. He had witnessed thunder fruit's lightning power with his own eyes, and there was no doubt about its powerful power. If he eats the thunder fruit, he can transform Susanoo into the lightning attribute, and the burst of power will definitely take his strength to the next level. Oda originally set Logia Devil Fruit as the strongest type, especially elemental. Later he felt that it was too invincible. With armament hockey, he could hit elemental. Advertisement. Then Zone and Paramesha both had special settings. Some people thought Zone was the strongest, while others thought Paramesha was the strongest. In the end, Logia has the strongest overall quality, and all of the 3 former Marine Admirals are still as strong. Zon Yan is good at using thunder and lightning attributes, because thunder and lightning attributes are very convenient, fast, high burst, and high damage. But this does not mean that Zon Yan will only use the thunder and lightning attribute. This single attribute does not fit well with his style. Several times Zon Yan put thunder fruit in front of his mouth, only to put it back again. To eat or not to eat is a question. Beep. Dear travelers, we are about to arrive at the Seven Waters capital station ahead. Passengers, please bring your carry-on luggage and prepare to get off the bus. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Notice again. Dear travelers, we are about to arrive at the Seven Waters capital station ahead. Passengers, please bring your carry-on luggage and prepare to get off the bus. Close black lens bracket. Have you arrived at the capital of Seven Waters so soon? Zon Yan popped his head out of the window and saw a very huge and beautiful island in front of him. The overall shape is like an oversized park fountain. The sprayed water sparkles under the sun. A rainbow spans the entire island, making the entire island look beautiful. When you get closer, you can see that the outermost edge of the island is a neat wall with a huge hole from which water flows out. Inside, there are well-proportioned and exquisite houses, giving people the feeling of an industrial city. The train soon entered the capital of Seven Waters and stopped slowly. Zon Yan also walked out of the station with the flow of people and came outside. Although the style seemed a bit retro, compared to most towns, this was the most modern town he had ever seen. There is water everywhere in the city, and all means of transportation are boats. It feels like the water city of Venice in a previous life, but it is obviously hundreds of times more beautiful than Venice. Zon Yan plans to take a nice stroll in this town. Hey, the pirates are causing trouble over at Dockyard No. 1. Is that true? Then you have to go there quickly. Advertisement. Chapter 53. Refuse the invitation. Advertisement. Zon Yan was also a little curious when he heard this. Dockyard No. 1. Dockyard number 1 should be the best place to build ships. Then let's go and take a look first. Anyway, you have nothing to do. Seven Rivers Shipbuilding Factory. Dock No. 1. I have thought about it very carefully. Although the boat has been repaired, the price is too expensive. The captain of the Big Helmet Pirates group, Crescent Moon, with a bounty of 36 million berry, came with his crew. You're getting in my way. Crescent Moon pulled out the long knife. So, I decided not to pay a penny. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, you did a good job. All the pirates laughed, obviously planning to default on their debt. The mayor of the Water City and president of Carrera Company Asbagu asked, yeah. Janifa, what's going on there? Janifa, who was wearing sexy clothes next to her, pushed up her glasses and said, yes, Mr. Asbagu, the guest at dock number 1 just said he would not pay. He is trying to renege on the bill. Yeah, it's a deadbeat. This guest, please don't tease the craftsman too much. Call. Bang. A piece of wood hit the back of the pirate captain's head. Old. Boss. All the boys were shocked when they saw their captain being hit on the back of the head. I'm sorry. The pirate captain yelled angrily. Hole, where are your eyes? PFF'd. A huge long saw slashed at the pirate captain's back, splattering a lot of blood. Sorry. Advertisement. Clang. The pirates also realized that the other party had done it on purpose, and they all pulled out their weapons. The pirate captain immediately shouted in a stern voice. Do you want to fight? Do you know who we are? The employees of the shipyard immediately took action. They didn't care who you were. If you dared to come here to cause trouble, they all had to lie down. In the blink of an eye, these pirates were beaten until they were unable to fight back. On the Grand Route, the Seven Waters capital is the largest shipyard, and it is close to the New World. Many ships are often damaged when they arrive here, so many pirate ships also come here for repairs. Pirates are all greedy creatures, and it is common for them to do their work without paying. They have long been used to this. For these guests who don't pay, they will take away all the valuables on the boat, including the boat, to offset the debt. They are the largest shipbuilding company in the world, so it's normal to resell second-hand boats. The old craftsman responsible for installing and testing the cannon asked, hey, has that cannon been tested? Not yet. The pirate captain yelled angrily. Hole, what are you doing? Boom. A cannonball fell among the pirates. Hooah. All the pirates screamed and fell to the ground unconscious. In the craftsman's territory, the pirate's theory doesn't work. Oh, how cool. Look, that's Mr. Lutz. He's so stylish. Lulu is so mature. He is a well-deserved man. Of course the manliest one is Tyrus Stone. Zon Yan took steps to walk in. Sudden, a voice sounded. It's you. Advertisement. Golden Thief. Zon Yan looked in the direction of the sound and saw several very familiar faces. It's Luffy, Nami, and the other guy with the long nose should be Usopp. Oh, it's you. What do you mean it's you? It's you who stole Sky Island's gold. Give the gold back. Nami yelled at Zon Yan. She, Luffy and the others narrowly escaped death and rode the soaring current to Sky Island. After arriving at Sky Island, she discovered that all the gold she had dreamed of had been taken away by a man named Uchiha Schwanyan. Uchiha Schwanyan, isn't that the boy they met on Guy Island below? How could she not be angry after experiencing a narrow escape and getting nothing? Fortunately, she still had some scraps of gold and Sky Island specialties, otherwise her trip to Sky Island would have been in vain. When she saw Zan Yan again, she suddenly became furious. Not only did this guy take the gold first, but she was in the tavern asking for news about Sky Island, and was laughed at by the people in the tavern, but he didn't say anything. It was really disgusting. Gold. That's my gold. I liberated that place. Isn't it normal to get a little reward? But Nami just refused to give in. If he had gone earlier, maybe the gold would be his. Forget it, Nami, you are right, my name is Monkey D. Luffy, thank you for telling us that Sky Island exists last time. You're welcome, you will go regardless of whether I say it or not, right? Yes, but why did you take away other people's sacred objects? Correction, it's not robbery. Other people's things were taken away by bad guys, but there was nothing I could do to the bad guys. But I defeated the bad guys and saved them from the fire and water. I took the bad guys' things. Is there anything wrong with that? Besides, they attacked us first for no reason. I had every reason to eliminate them all, but I mercifully let them go. I think I should have done my best to be benevolent and righteous. There doesn't seem to be any problem. That's it. I blamed you wrongly. You are a good person. Your name is Uchiha Schwanyan, right? Do you want to join my pirate group? Nami and Usopp were all surprised when they heard Luffy's invitation to Zan Yan. No, I'm not interested in being a pirate, and I don't like fighting. My wish is world peace. Zan Yan simply refused. Although he had dreamed of taking risks with Luffy when he was chasing fans, those were all childish ideas. Now he has long lost that interest. The past is the past after all. I am no longer the naive boy. Advertisement. Chapter 54,100 million a day. Advertisement. Quote. Nami and Usopp couldn't help but roll their eyes when they heard Zan Yan's words. Nami had seen Zan Yan fly away a pirate with a bounty of 55 million with one finger. It's strange that you love peace. Not a single punctuation mark of what this guy says is worthy of belief. That's it. That's such a pity. Don't believe it. Nami and Usopp complained together. Luffy is always so naive, he just believes what others say and can't change it no matter what. Hey, you guys, don't make such a fuss here, it might disturb others. Ah, sorry, that's it, we want to see Mr. Asbagu. See me, what's wrong? Asbagu came over. Ah, you must be Mr. Asbagu. This is a letter of introduction written by Grandma Kokoluo. I want to ask you to help us repair the boat. Nami took out a piece of paper with a few words crookedly written on it, and at the end there was a big lip print. Swish, swish, swish. Asbagu quickly tore the paper into pieces. Hey, please help us repair the boat, we will pay for it. The Melee has suffered many scars during the voyage. Asbagu nodded and said, okay. Usopp complained. It's too casual. Is it really okay? Then why did you have to kill that letter? That lip mark makes me uncomfortable, Kagu. Coming. A young man wearing a hat came over. Seeing the other person's appearance, Luffy and others were shocked again. They saw that this person's long nose was almost as long as Usopp. Ah, it's Usopp. I'm here, Luffy. Yes, this person's nose is square. Asbagu said. Kagu, go get it tested. Okay, where's your ship? Over there at Yanbahaiwan. Advertisement. Okay, please wait 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Nami is a little confused. The rock field is at least half an hour away from here. It takes 10 minutes to go there and back. But it still takes time to check. How can it be possible in such a short time? Asbagu smiled and said. Kagu is the best carpenter in our Carrera company. 10 minutes is enough. Call out. Kagu rushed out and ran 100 meters away in an instant. So fast. All three of Luffy were frightened by this speed. This speed was too fast. Ah, but, wait a minute, over there is a cliff. Kagu jumped straight off the cliff, which frightened Nami. Falling from that height would kill someone. Yeah, don't worry, that's like walking on plain ground for him, everyone calls him Shanfang. Quote. He is the carpenter foreman of Carrera Company's #1 dock, Kagu. Zan Yan looked at the disappearing Kagu's back, slightly raising the corners of his mouth, revealing a smile. Marine 6 styles. I kinda want them. Yes, he came to the capital of 7 waters partly for the ship, and partly for Marine 6 styles. Looking at the anime, many Marine officers, including Vice Admiral, only know 1 and 2 moves at most, and among these CP9s, almost everyone knows all 6 moves. By the way, Johnnyfa, how's it going? Yes, the investigation is completed. Straw Hat Luffy, Pirate Hunter Zoro, and Nico Robin. The total reward amount for the 3 of them is 239 million berries. They formed a band in East Blue and now have 7 members. Known as the Straw Hat Crew. Quote. Usopp was a little frightened. So awesome. We were exposed. As for this, it doesn't seem like he is a member of the pirate group. Johnnyfa looked at Zan Yan. There was no record of Zan Yan, and it seemed that he was not a pirate as he said. Asbagu did not change his identity because Luffy and others were pirates, but looked at Zan Yan. Sir, what can I do for you? My name is Uchiha Schwanyan, and I want to order a large ship. As a member of the Uchiha clan, the ships are naturally more majestic, and if you have money, you will naturally have to spend it. That's it, then let me introduce it to you. Janifa pushed up her glasses and Reminder, Mr. Aspagu, in 10 minutes, you will have dinner with the cadres of the Zisha Hotel and the Glass Factory, and then you will go to Liguria Square to give a speech. After that, you are going to interact with Mr. Bimini, the mayor of the food town Pukchi, and accept an interview with the newspaper at the same time. When you return to the company, there are some important documents that I hope you can read. I do not want advertisement. Asbagu shouted. Then I'll cancel all of this. Janifa simply agreed to cancel all subsequent activities. Usopp's eyes almost popped out. Hey, is this okay? I am the mayor here, so I can still decide on this matter. He is a completely derelict mayor. In that case, I also have something to ask the mayor for help with. Yeah, what's the matter with you? Zan Yan said. The Seven Rivers City is good. I want to open a branch here. Are there any procedures required? Ganifa. Asbagu called the secretary's name directly. Janifa pushed up her glasses and took out a pen and paper and asked, company business. Security companies are mainly responsible for protecting people, objects and property. Company name, Uchiha Security Company, Corporate. Uchiha Schwanyan. Okay, you can get your business license directly at the city government building. Janifa took out a document and handed it to Zan Yan. Zan Yan did not expect to open a company here so easily. So fast, Nami asked. Isn't it a little too hasty? Janifa pushed up her glasses. Mr. Asbagu is the mayor of the Seven Waters City. You can open a company as long as you get Mr. Asbagu's consent. Yeah, you are indeed a Janifa. You flatter me. Luffy looked at Zan Yan in surprise and said, so you work as a security guard. No wonder you are so strong. I wonder how much it costs to hire you. 100 million. 100 million. Everyone was shocked when they heard Zan Yan's offer. Then, Zan Yan added, 100 million a day. 100 million a day. Advertisement. Chapter 55. No one can do it. Advertisement. Why don't you go and grab it? After everyone heard Zan Yan's offer, they couldn't help but make the same remarks as Blackbeard. Zan Yan still answered the same. How can you make money faster by robbing? Quote. Zan Yan's words confused everyone. Ha 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 ha. What an interesting young man. It seems that you are quite confident in your own strength. I wonder how far you can achieve it. Suddenly, Asba Gu burst out laughing. He thought Zan Yan's words were very interesting. Others might not be able to afford the security fund of 100 million a day, but he could. Zan Yan said with a faint smile. To describe it simply, if you want to save your life, as long as you hire me, then no one in the world can hurt you. Shichibukai, 4 emperors, and the 3 admirals, as long as they are still employed, they can also know. Quote. Everyone was frightened when they heard Zan Yan's words, and the entire dock fell silent. Immediately afterwards, the entire dock burst into laughter. Ha 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 ha. What is this kid talking about? PFF ha ha ha. This kid really knows how to brag. Shichibukai, 4 emperors, 3 admirals. PFF ha ha ha. Shichibukai, 4 emperors, 3 admirals, these guys are famous throughout the world. These are all representatives of the strong. Although Shichibukai's reputation is a little less famous, the 4 emperors and the 3 admirals are the world's top combat powers and can easily slaughter cities and destroy countries. Little Guido, how old are you to dare to say such shameless words? Have you ever seen 7 warlords of the sea, 4 emperors and admiral? The person who spoke was one of the 5 foremen at the No. 1 dockyard. He was mainly responsible for the rigging and mast positions. He had a somewhat unruly personality. Shichibukai has seen one, but neither the 4 emperors nor the 3 admirals have seen it. You dare to say such big things without seeing it before, and you're not afraid of being laughed out of your mouth. Zan Yan said with an indifferent expression. What's the point? Others can laugh if they want, and I won't lose a piece of flesh. Sudden, a woman's voice sounded. Zan Yan. Advertisement. Zan Yan couldn't help but froze when he heard this familiar voice. When he turned around, he saw a woman wearing a hat and robe walking towards this side. The man slowly took off his hat, revealing his stunning face. What a nice view. How could there be such a beautiful woman? So beautiful. The Empress stunned almost everyone as soon as she appeared. Almost all the people working in the dock were men, and almost all men could not escape Hancock's beauty. Except Luffy. Lord Sheji, why are you here? Why did the Empress come here? Zan Yan was very surprised. Shisui spread his hands helplessly. Shenji-sama insists on coming with us, and there is nothing I can do about it. Hancock looked at Zan Yan and asked, aren't you happy that I'm here? Of course not. How could I not be happy when you are here? Hee, that's good. Also, don't call me Lady Snake. Just call me Hancock. Hancock looked like a girl in love for the first time, which stunned everyone around him. Zan Yan is not an idiot. Hancock's fond love almost overflows from his eyes. According to his original plan, shouldn't he have to defeat the celestial dragons to capture the Empress? Why did the Empress seem to have fallen before he even started? Okay, Hancock, it's okay to have Shisui and Itachi this time. You can't run away alone in the future. The outside world is very dangerous, especially for a beautiful girl like you. Yeah, Hancock nodded obediently. Sudden, one person seemed to recognize Hancock's identity. Pointing at Hancock in horror and disbelief. Wait, she. What's wrong? Isn't she the pirate empress known as the most beautiful woman in the world, Boa Hancock? The most beautiful woman in the world. Pirate empress. Advertisement. Boa Hancock. Everyone was stunned, and then they all looked at Hancock, and sure enough, it was the pirate empress. The pirate empress is almost every man's dream lover. There is no man here who doesn't have a wanted poster for the pirate empress. This is also the only wanted poster that can be sold, and even sells well. It's just that everyone was shocked by Hancock's beauty just now. Moreover, although the wanted poster is beautiful, it is much worse than the real person. They didn't react for a while. It's her. It's really her. One of the 7 warlords of the sea, the pirate empress, Boa Hancock. 7 warlords of the sea. This is a big pirate, and no country dares to underestimate one of the 7 warlords of the sea. What's more, one of the 7 warlords of the sea actually came to the capital of 7 waters and they didn't realize it. Pirates like Straw Hat don't matter, but these are 7 warlords of the sea. Although the 7 warlords of the sea are pirates recognized by the government, they are still pirates. Welcome, Ms. Boa Hancock, the pirate empress. As the mayor of the 7 waters capital, Asbagu must stand up and speak out at this time. This is a woman who cannot afford to offend. If she does not serve her well, she may bring big trouble to the entire 7 waters capital. Don't worry about me, I just came out to relax and accompany Zon Yan for a walk. Hancock's attitude was obviously focused on Zon Yan, which made many men's jaws drop. Mr. Asbagu, let's take a look at the ship. Okay, please come this way. Asbagu took Zon Yan and others to the exhibition area where boats were sold. After a few people left, everyone was talking a lot. What that boy said is actually true. He really saw the 7 warlords of the sea. Have you seen that before? Looking at the look in the Empress's eyes, she almost cares about that boy. Who is that kid? At this time, a reporter outside was taking photos frantically, with a crazy expression of excitement on his face. The Empress appeared secretly in the capital of 7 waters, and she was also suspected of having a man. Big news. Big news. This is big news that shocks the world. Advertisement. Chapter 56 The Empress, Man. Advertisement. World Economic News President's Office. Morgans, the president of World Economic News, is typing on the keyboard. He has been very proud of himself recently, with a lot of big news happening in the world. Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, was defeated and arrested by Marine. The new man has not yet been determined. However, there is news that someone nominated a guy named Blackbeard, who rebelled from the Whitebeard pirates. 4 Emperors Redhead and 4 Emperors Whitebeard met, 2 of the world's top powerhouses met, that was super big news. It's a pity that I was not there in person to see the meeting process, otherwise I would definitely be able to write more exciting news. Puff, puff, hello, President, there's big news. Oh ho ho ho, is there any big news again? What kind of big news is it? The Pirate Empress appears in the capital of 7 waters. The Pirate Empress, the most beautiful woman in the world. Indeed, her schedule has been very mysterious since she became the 7 warlords of the sea, and she has not leaked her face a few times until now, but this is not big news. There is a man beside her, and judging from the relationship between the two, this man seems to be her man. What? Morgans jumped out of his chair. The Pirate Empress actually has a man. Dee. A photo was posted on the phone bug. The photo clearly showed a young and handsome man, next to Boa Hancock, the most beautiful woman in the world. Sure enough, he was breathtakingly beautiful. At this time, her eyes almost all fell on this man. Advertisement. That look clearly shows that he is in love. Damn it, who is this man? He actually made Boa Hancock, known as the world's most beautiful woman, fall in love with him. How abominable. Quote. 5 minutes. I want to know all the information about this man. Yes, the entire newspaper office became busy, and Morgan sat back in his chair. The fact that the Pirate Empress is traveling is not really big news, but the Pirate Empress has a man, which is really big news. This is just like where a certain star goes is not a big deal, but if there is a scandal with a top female star, it will immediately become a hot search. Soon, information about Uchiha Schwanyan was collected. President. That man is very mysterious. He first appeared on Gaia Island. The hunting dog Bellamy with a bounty of 55 million berry was defeated by his finger. And it seems that there was a conflict with Blackbeard's group. Then I traveled to various islands and came to the capital of 7 waters to buy a big ship and open a security company called Uchiha Security Company, and the man's name was Uchiha Schwanyan. He said that as long as he hired him, neither the Shichibukai, the 4 emperors, nor the Marine 3 admiral would be able to harm his client. And the price quoted for hiring that man was 100 million berry a day. Oh, it's interesting. Morgans was a little interested. If he had heard such words before, he would not have cared at all. In this world, there are too many people who talk big words. But for a man to be enamored by the world's most beautiful woman, the Pirate Empress Boa Hancock, who is also one of the 7 warlords of the sea, saying this, it is necessary to take it seriously. Pay more attention to this man. I have a hunch that unimaginable big news will be unearthed from this man. Publish this matter in the Express immediately. Such headlines must belong to our Le Monde. Yes, quick, edit and print immediately. Advertisement. Le Monde News Agency immediately began to take action, making various speculations about whether the article was true or false. Uchiha Schwanyan. Uchiha Security Company. Is this a reclusive family? A bounty of 55 million is a small piece of fish in the new world. It is still very good in the first half of the Grand Line and represents a certain potential. Although the origin of the Empress is mysterious, how could she escape from his control? She is the Emperor of Calm Belt Amazon Lily. How could a woman of such status fall in love with a man who was weaker than herself? This also proved from the side that this young man's strength was probably superior to that of the 7 warlords of the sea. There are countless powerful people in this world, and there are many monsters who are not very famous but are comparable to Admiral in strength. And this boy might be such a monster. Wow, ha 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 ha. This era has finally become unstable. There will be more and more big news. Wow, ha 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 ha. City of 7 Waters. Asbagu led a few people to visit the shipyard, and then looked at each of the lucky ships. The capital of 7 Waters is the official shipyard of the world government, and its shipbuilding skills are unquestionable. Soon Zan Yan fell in love with a medium to large ship with a very majestic and beautiful shape. The most advanced shipbuilding technology is used. The ship is very fast and has a large internal space. Everything needed can be retrofitted. They are all world-renowned brands. You don't have to worry about the quality. They also come with some extras, such as a small lifeboat, canvas stickers, free name engraving. Zan Yan felt like he was visiting a 4S store, all in a routine. In a short time, Zan Yan placed an order and added many additional items. He spent money like water. If he hadn't made a fortune recently, he might have been really distressed. The ship is like a rough house, and now it needs to be decorated. It can be added according to the owner's preferences, and it can be successfully delivered in less than a week. With his own boat, Zan Yan was in a good mood. He couldn't afford a car in his previous life, but in this life he can afford a big boat at such a young age, so that he can truly travel by car in the future. When Zan Yan returned to the factory, he heard Luffy shouting, "The melee can't be repaired." Why, aren't you very good ship repairers? We have a lot of money. Advertisement. Chapter 57 Buying a Boat. Advertisement. Sky Island's largest gold and golden clock were brought back by Zan Yan. But there are still a lot of scattered gold left in the ruins, and Luffy and the others got a lot of wealth from finding this gold. It has nothing to do with the money. No matter how much money you pay, this ship cannot be repaired. It is admirable that it can still sail here in that condition. Kagu, who had just been responsible for the inspection, came back to explain the situation. Nami asked in confusion, "What's going on? What's wrong with the melee?" Barry said, "Do you know what dragon bone is?" Little girl, quote. That's from the bottom of the boat. Nami still has some knowledge of the boat. That's right, it runs from bow to stern and is the most important part of the entire ship. Shipbuilding first starts with laying the keel, then assembling the bow wood, stern wood, rib wood, and then try the ribs, deck beams. All parts are precisely assembled with the keel as the center. This is how the ship is made. The keel is the basis of the ship's frame and the lifeblood of the ship. After the keel is severely damaged, it is impossible to replace it, because replacing the keel is equivalent to build a new ship from scratch. So, there is nothing anyone can do. Your ship has become a pair of timbers waiting to fall apart. Hey, there's no need to be so decisive. Nami shouted unwillingly, but the sweat on her forehead and her expression already revealed her panic and lack of confidence. What's wrong? This is a fact. Barry lit a cigar and didn't care. As ship repairers, they have seen too many damaged ships and too many people who have feelings for the ship. But this kind of thing is like treating a disease, and the person is already dead. No matter how superb the medical skills are, they can't save him. Luffy shouted. In that case, just build another ship. Please build another melee. This is also impossible. Goo goo goo. The most we can do is build similar ships. Strictly speaking, no one can build exactly the same ship. In this world, there are no identical ships at all. Why, I would like to ask, are there 2 trees that look exactly the same in the world? Because sailboats are almost always made of wood, so the shape, lines, and everything of the ship are affected by the wood. Even if they follow the same design, you can't build 2 identical ships. If we build similar ships, the one who can feel the difference most strongly will definitely be you. Gu. Advertisement. The people standing on Lucci's shoulders said while dancing. Quote. How could this happen? Then, the forward melee can't really sail anymore. Yes, either wait for it to sink to the bottom of the sea, or dismantle it. Asbagu came over. Well, that's the life of the boat. Isn't this a good opportunity? It's better to give up and buy a new boat. You have a lot of money, right? Your boat is a sailboat. Speaking of which, that kind of old sailing ship will be difficult to cope with future voyages. No, I don't want to change. Luffy, our ship is the forward melee. As long as it is repaired, it can definitely still sail. It can definitely. It obviously sailed very well today. But you suddenly said that it can't sail. How can you believe it? You don't understand how strong that ship is, so you say such things. Luffy yelled at the top of his lungs, but his eyes and expression were obviously wavering. Are you satisfied if it sails until it sinks to the bottom of the sea? It's really speechless. Can you be considered the captain of a ship? Quote. I have said everything that needs to be said. Think about it for yourself. If you want to buy a boat, come to me and I will help you. If you take out all the injured 300 million berry, we can build one for you. The newest ship, Janifa. Yes, Janifa took out a piece of paper and handed it to Nami, Please consider this. This is a boat price catalog from new boats to second-hand boats. Please refer to it. At this time, a voice sounded. Mr. Aspagu, there are guests at the door. They seem to be world government officials again. Do you want to send them away? Well, okay, just say that I'm not here. I still have important guests to entertain. That's no need. On the one hand, I came here to buy a boat and build a branch here. On the other hand, I just want to have fun here. The goal has been achieved, and he is ready to leave. Then I need to get into the friendship of landlords. Advertisement. Suddenly, a voice sounded. Wait a minute, Asbagu. Ha 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 ha, so you are here. 3 world government officials wearing black suits walked over in a swaggering manner. Yeah, oh, hello, Getchi, I'm not here today. You are obviously here. I have important clients, so I'm not here. Customers. I want to see which customers are more important than us. Jie Qi looked at Zan Yan, not recognizing him, and then looked at the Empress beside Zan Yan. I was immediately startled. Hi, Pirate Empress. How could it be possible? Hancock looked at the 3 world government officials coldly, with undisguised disgust in his eyes. I don't like you, get out of here. Geki's expression changed when he heard this. The Empress is moody and murderous, but she is not afraid of whether she is a world government official. He might be able to bet that the Empress would not dare to provoke the world government, but there was really no need. There would be no benefit if he won the bet, and if he lost the bet, his life would be gone. Asbagu, it's useless even if you hide anymore. Let's go. Getchi immediately left quickly with his 2 subordinates in despair. Hancock looked at Asbagu coldly. Asbagu was obviously using himself as a shield, which the arrogant Empress couldn't stand. Being targeted by the Empress, Asbagu couldn't help but shed cold sweat. I'm sorry. I was presumptuous just now. Mr. Zan Yan's ship price will be reduced by 20% as compensation. Janifa, give it to Mr. Zan Yan together with Ms. Hancock. They will prepare the best hotel and the best suite in the Seven Waters capital, and all the expenses will be charged to my account. Yes. The expression on Hancock's face improved a lot after hearing this. Zan Yan smiled and said, thank you very much, Mr. Asbagu, let's go. Advertisement. Chapter 58 Who will take it? Advertisement. After Zan Yan and the Empress left, Asbagu couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. The Pirate Empress is so powerful, she deserves to be the 7 warlords of the sea. As the mayor of the Seven Waters capital, what he just did was a bit risky. Yes, Janifa nodded. Others did not notice that her palms were sweating nervously. As a member of CP9, she knew the information about the Pirate Empress better than ordinary people. Others in the factory also started talking about it. Who is that young man? I don't know, but it's definitely not an easy man to be able to make even the most beautiful woman in the world fall in love with him. Quote. The world's most beautiful girl is so beautiful. Quote. To be able to be with the most beautiful woman in the world, what an amazing man. Quote. Now they no longer laugh at Zan Yan. They are just ordinary foremen. What qualifications do they have to laugh at a man who has won the title of the most beautiful woman in the world? They are the ones most worthy of being laughed at. They are already winners in life. Marine Headquarters Marineford. Marine Marshal's Office. The Pirate Empress appears in the capital of Seven Waters. Marine Marshal Sengoku had a headache when he heard the news. These 7 warlords of the sea can't stay in their own territory and wander around, knowing how much trouble they will cause. Not long ago, the world government was anxious about 7 warlords of the sea, discussing who would worry about the vacant 7 warlords of the sea, and invited her but she did not come, but now she appears in the Seven Waters capital. Garp smiled and said, is that little girl finally willing to let go and walk away? Marine who reported the report continued. No, it's more than that. According to the information, the Pirate Empress seems to have a man she likes. What? Puff. Sengoku and Garp were both stunned. The Pirate Empress had a man. This was really surprising. Advertisement. What kind of guy can make that arrogant little girl fall in love? The intelligence officer handed Sengoku the photo with Zan Yan on it. His name is Uchiha Xuanyan. I heard that he is going to open a security company in the capital of 7 Rivers called Uchiha Security Company. Security company. Opening a security company in this day and age. Sengoku frowned when he heard this. Now is the era of great pirates. There are countless pirates all over the world. In such an era, who dares to open a security company? A security company can easily get into trouble. Garp touched his chin. Is this young man very courageous? What is his price? He said. His offer was 100 million berry a day. What? How many? Sengoku and Garp were shocked when they heard the offer. 100 million berry a day. Is this kid crazy about money? How much money does he need? No, according to the intelligence, he doesn't seem to be short of money. He just ordered a large ship worth 1 billion berry in the capital of 7 Waters. 1 billion berry. Where does this kid come from? I don't know. According to the information we received, he took action once on Guy Island and killed Bellamy, the hunting dog with a bounty of 55 million berry, with one finger. Then there was a conflict with the Blackbeard pirates. Blackbeard. Is he the guy who defected from the Whitebeard pirates? After they invited the 7 warlords of the sea to discuss who would serve as the new 7 warlords of the sea, a man appeared and recommended Blackbeard. How is the situation? Sengoku asked. According to the intelligence, the scene was in a mess, but based on the intelligence of those who saw it, it seems that the Blackbeard pirates suffered a big loss at the hands of that young man. Quote. They don't know Blackbeard's specific strength yet, but he's definitely not too weak. Being able to make Blackbeard suffer a great loss, and also be attracted by the Empress, this young man's strength must not be underestimated. It is conservatively estimated that he is at least above the average 7 warlords of the sea. Advertisement. No wonder he dared to open a security company. He seems to be more than just young and frivolous. Ha ha ha, what an incredible young man. Don't let this boy and the Empress cause any trouble. Garp sat on the sofa next to him and laughed while eating donuts. Sengoku got angry when he heard this. How dare you say that? Your grandson is causing a lot of trouble now. Alabasta's matter made him very anxious. Vice Admiral Garp, according to intelligence, your grandson Straw Hat Luffy is also in the Seven Waters capital at this time, and seems to have been in contact with Uchiha Schwanyan. Straw Hat Luffy. That brat is here too. Garp, you still don't care about your grandson. If you don't care, I will send someone to arrest him. Sengoku was angry. Garp's family actually caused him trouble. Garp's son Long was, and now it's Garp's grandson's turn. Just take care of it. I'll take people to arrest him right now. Garp ran away from Sengoku's office in despair. Seven Waters Capital Hotel. Schwanyan took Hancock, Shisui and Itachi to exchange gold for some cash, and then went around the city. They were all very happy, and finally came to the best hotel to dine. After drinking and eating, Zhan Yan opened the package and placed a strange fruit on the table. Shisui smiled when he saw it. Brother Schwanyan, what kind of fruit is this? It looks weird. Is it delicious? He thought this was the after-dinner fruit prepared by Zhan Yan. Because it was delicious, Brother Zhan Yan was going to bring it to them to try, and immediately prepared to cut the fruit with a knife. Empress Hancock's expression changed when she saw this fruit. This is devil fruit. Devil fruit. Shisui and Itachi were both a little surprised when they heard this. They had long heard from Zhan Yan that devil fruit exists in this world, which can give people special abilities and is a treasure on the sea. For example, the 3 sisters of the Empress all ate devil fruit. The power of the Empress's devil fruit is also very terrifying. I didn't expect Brother Zhan Yan to get one so quickly. What devil fruit is this? Zhan Yan said with a smile. You have also seen it, that guy's devil fruit at Sky Island, Logia devil fruit, thunder fruit. Advertisement. Chapter 59. It tastes terrible. Advertisement. Thunder fruit. The expressions of the 3 people changed. They clearly saw the power of thunder fruit in Sky Island. Although Enel's strength is poor, it does not affect their evaluation of thunder fruit's ability. The power that destroys the world, the ability to elementalize, and the lightning-like movement speed all demonstrate its power. Zhan Yan, how did you get this fruit? Hancock asked Zhan Yan in disbelief. Shisui and Itachi were also very curious. Do you remember that I took Enel with me when I left? I found someone to get the thunder fruit out of his body. Someone can actually steal devil fruit's power. Shisui and Itachi didn't quite understand, but Hancock's expression changed drastically. She knew very well how terrifying it would be to be able to rob devil fruit's ability. Who is it? Who has the ability to get the devil fruit out? His name is Blackbeard and he founded the Blackbeard Pirates. Blackbeard. Hancock frowned. She had never heard of Blackbeard. She had only heard of Whitebeard, one of the 4 emperors of the New World who was known as the strongest man in the world. He defected from the Whitebeard pirates. If you encounter him alone, it's best to stay away. But don't worry too much. I will make him afraid to provoke you. Brother Schwanyan, can you share this food? Shisui was a little confused. If this thing could be eaten separately, it would be pretty good. Zhan Yan laughed when he heard Shisui's words. What are you thinking about? The ability of a devil fruit only depends on the first person to eat it, and there are no 2 devil fruits the same in the world. Then why did you bring this out? You and Itachi will discuss who will eat it. What? Hancock, Shisui and Itachi were all shocked. Especially Hancock, she understands the value of this devil fruit better than Shisui and Itachi. Advertisement. Hancock quickly asked. Don't you want to eat it? This is the strongest Logia devil fruit thunder fruit, even among Logia, it is the strongest. Logia thunder fruit, this is the kind of devil fruit that even if you have money, you can't buy it. Such a devil fruit can almost create a Marine Admiral level strongman. I know, but this devil fruit doesn't improve me much, so it's more suitable for Shisui and Itachi. Zhan Yan said with a slight smile, as if he didn't care at all about this priceless thunder fruit, which instantly gave people the power of Admiral. Shisui said. Give this thunder fruit to Itachi. Itachi hasn't opened the Mangekyo Sharingan yet and is the weakest. After eating it, he will have the power to protect himself. Itachi shook his head and said. Let's give it to Shisui. I'm not good at using lightning style. Giving it to Shisui can make the family reach top strength, which will be more conducive to the family's development and establishing a firm foothold in this world. It's not that you're not good at it, you just don't learn it. It's the same thing if you start learning again after eating this devil fruit. Shisui is also very clear about Itachi's talent. The 2 of them have studied with Zhan Yan since they were young, and they have learned from each other. Itachi's talent is superior to his own. That would be a waste of time and not conducive to the development of the family. If you don't eat, it will be detrimental to the development of the family. Hancock looked at Shisui and Itachi in confusion as they gave in to each other. Do they know what they were giving into? Think it's just an ordinary fruit. This is the thunder fruit that can make father and son fight each other. Why do you look so disgusted? If it weren't for the fact that this devil fruit belonged to Zan Yan, she would have had the urge to take it away. Okay, it's just a devil fruit. I just wanted to ask you two who wants to eat it. Shisui and Itachi pointed at each other. Then Shisui, come and eat. Why, you eat this lightning one, and I'll get a fire one for Itachi later. Okay. Advertisement. Hearing what brother Zan Yan said, Shisui had no choice but to eat it reluctantly. He did not doubt brother Zan Yan's words at all. Zan Yan said that those who can get flames can get flames. Hancock remained silent. Devil fruit is not a cabbage, you can get it if you want, especially those from Logia are very rare. This fruit is not bad, it looks delicious. Shisui happily picked up the devil fruit and took a bite. His expression changed after the first bite. Vomit. Don't vomit. Eat it. Eat it all. Zan Yan ordered Shisui. Shisui heard Xuanyan's order and immediately carried it out, swallowing all the devil fruit in big mouthfuls. Itachi asked curiously, what does it smell like? It tastes so bad. Shisui shouted loudly, quickly picked up the drink on the table and drank it in big gulps. After a while, he seemed to come to life. The expression on Hancock's face was not very favorable at this time. She had also eaten devil fruit before, and she was still worried about the taste of devil fruit. Crack, crackle, a dense arc of electricity appeared in Shisui's hand. So fast, neither Shisui nor Itachi expected that they would have the power to use thunder and lightning just after eating it. Let's go out and give it a try. Good. Zan Yan grabbed Hancock's hand, and Hancock's face suddenly turned red, looking very shy. The other hand was placed on Shisui's shoulder, and Shisui's hand was placed on Itachi's shoulder. Gone. Call out. The figures of the four people disappeared instantly. Advertisement. Chapter 60 Shooting Incident. Advertisement. When he appeared again, he was already on an uninhabited island. Here it is. Uninhabited island. Why are we here? We weren't just. This is the Flying Thunder God technique. As long as it's a place I've marked and it's within my sensing range, I can teleport there at any time. The same principle was used to teleport Enel's Thunder Ball away last time. Flying Thunder God technique, a time and space ninjutsu learned from the 4th Hokage, Zan Yan has been following the coordinates these days. His goal is to have his footprints on every island in the world. You can actually do this. Hancock was more and more shocked by Zan Yan's ability. What kind of race is the Uchiha clan? She has seen Zan Yan use many kinds of powers, but this man seems to be bottomless. Do you think you saw it? All he has, he will show new strength. How could one person use so much power and be so powerful? Doesn't each power require years of practice to improve further? But why doesn't this principle work for Uchiha Xuanyan? Crack, crackle. At this time, Shisui has begun to experiment with the power of thunder fruit. I saw him turn into lightning and move quickly. 10 million volts. Shisui raised his palm and released a bolt of lightning. Boom. A big tree was easily broken by lightning. 20 million volts. Boom. A huge rock was shattered. Ha ha. Feeling the power of this thunder and lightning, Shisui became a little excited and began to release his own thunder and lightning on the island as if he had a fun toy. As he became more familiar with it, Shisui quickly mastered this sudden power. God's sanction. Advertisement. Shisui's arm turned into thunder and lightning, and a thick thunder pillar fell from the sky. Boom. A huge crater was created in the ground. Snapped. Shisui held the knife at his waist, and his body was wrapped with bright thunder and lightning. Breath of thunder shape of one thunderbolt flash. Crack. Shisui's figure passed by like lightning. Click. A rock as big as a small mountain was cut neatly and fell to the ground. So fast. Hancock was shocked when he saw the speed at which Shisui used lightning. This was the most powerful Logia devil fruit. It had such powerful destructive power just after taking it. Hancock looked at Zan Yan again. It was incredible that this man would give away such a powerful force at will. It took a while before Shisui stopped. So awesome thunder fruit. After experiencing it personally, Shisui was extremely shocked. The power of this devil fruit is too powerful. He unleashed so many ninjutsu attacks that were as powerful as A level and S level. Normally, after releasing so many ninjutsu of this level, his chakra would already be insufficient. But he still feels full of energy, there is still endless power in his body, and he feels that his ability is still increasing. Eating devil fruit will give you the corresponding power, but you must continue to develop it. Devil fruit has a state called awakening. You can think of it as this opening Mangekyo Sharingan. As long as you develop devil fruit until it awakens, there will be huge improvements. This is a subtle process, so there is no need to rush. Brother Xuanyan, Shisui didn't expect this devil fruit to have such a powerful power, it was a bit too precious. Advertisement. Zan Yan looked at Shisui and immediately understood his thoughts. He smiled and patted Shisui on the shoulder and said, brothers, there is no need to say unnecessary words. Shisui nodded heavily. Shisui also lost his father and mother when he was very young. Zan Yan took him over and raised him. The two depended on each other. In Shisui's heart, Zan Yan was both a master and an elder brother. His dearest person. Anyone who wants to hurt him must go through his own hurdle. Go back. There will be opportunities to practice well in the future. Zan Yan put his hand on Shisui's shoulder, and stretched out the other hand to Hancock. Hancock was slightly shy and put his hand in Zan Yan's palm. At this moment, she didn't think about devil fruit anymore. She just felt that this man was looking at him at this moment. He looks more handsome. Call out. The four people returned to the hotel again, as if they had never left. It was getting late, and everyone went back to their rooms to rest. Early the next morning, Zhan Yan and others planned to go shopping again and set up an office. This time they were serious about starting a company, not joking. To start a company, you need to make a profit, so naturally you also need to have a better appearance. But before a few people even walked out of the hotel, they heard many people in the hotel talking. A newspaper seller ran in and shouted, "Excuse me. The assassin's clutches have reached out to the hero of the Seven Waters City. Mayor Mr. Asbagu. The unforgivable murderer. Is his goal money or power? Who is the assassin who disappeared without a trace?" Zhan Yan was stunned for a moment when he heard this, popped out a coin and said, "Give me one." Okay. Zhan Yan picked up the newspaper and read it. It turned out that Asbagu was shot at home. He was found lying in a pool of blood this morning and was now unconscious. Shisui was very surprised. Someone actually attacked the mayor. This is normal. I can only say that his security level is too poor. If he hired me yesterday, this would not have happened. So sometimes, the money still has to be spent. Do we need to go take a look? No, this matter has nothing to do with us. It's just that the delivery of our ship may need to be delayed. Zhan Yan already knew who the attacker was. If he remembered correctly, it should be those guys from CP9 who took action. Advertisement.